I told you I found you a perfect match. Chosen by science, but you had to marry them right this second. You would tell me, well, that sounds pretty whack. And I would add, you have 8 weeks to know if you really love them. You just got married at first sight. Jason and Aysha gonna tell you wrong from right. Are all these couples just disasters waiting to happen? Imagine if one of them could be a perfect match.
Hello and welcome to A Perfect Match. I'm Aysha, and this is the podcast where we talk about the show Married at First Sight. We are talking about season 20, episodes 4 through 6. Boy, do we have a lot to talk about. Of course, I'm not alone. I'm here with my co-host, who I hope no one ever puts in the chat, Jason's cooked. But I'm here with Jason Reed. Jason, do you need anything from me before we get started?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't do our usual pre-show ritual before we turn the mics on. So if you can just, I got my beverage here. If you could just check for me, just make sure.
Let's see.
All right. Yeah.
Took a sip of your drink. There's no alcohol.
Okay, great, fantastic. I ordered water. I just wanted to make sure that no one was trying to like poison me. No one trying to spike my drink. So thank you very much. I appreciate that for sure. As usual, like you pre-check my drinks before every podcast.
Hey, I did that last week in New York too.
Yeah. Actually, that was with food that time. I was just like, hey, can you see if this is good? Like,
is this spicy?
Is it plain enough for me?
Is this chicken or fish? Oh my goodness. We have a lot to discuss here. So before we dive into all of our thoughts, because we have plenty, I'm sure, make sure you go subscribe to the Love at First Sight feed. That's where you can get all of our podcasts about Married at First Sight and all the other unconventional love shows. Also subscribe to the We Know Dating Shows YouTube channel. I know a lot of people have been asking about the ultimatum. Have y'all looked at y'all's TV programming? Don't y'all see how much stuff is on right now?
and guess what? Later in August, Love is Blind UK is coming out. Like, what? Why? Why are y'all doing this? Why did you pick the 2 months that it's just the jam-packedness on TV to bring everything out? Come on.
They said, look, everything is going to come out July through September, because let's not forget Survivor's coming in September. We got The Traitors coming at some point. Amazing Race. Like, look, there's so much happening there, and there's only so many hours in a day. So I say all that to say we may be coming with like a season recap of the ultimatum at some point. So you subscribe to the feed, then you'll know as soon as it drops.
Yeah,
simple as that.
Y'all don't need to keep asking.
I love that you're asking.
Love
that you want our thoughts and opinions.
It's coming, maybe.
It's hopefully. Just that if you prioritize the shows that we contribute and we podcast on, the ultimatum is just not at the top.
I mean, if it was Queer Love,
right,
Asia would be ditching this to get to that. Yeah.
So we will be coming with a season recap. I'm hearing good things. I haven't been able to start it yet.
I haven't watched a single second yet.
Yeah. I'm seeing people comment on it on social media that have never commented on the ultimatum before. So I think there's a lot to say about this season. So I can't wait to get into it. But of course, we are very much occupied right now in Married at First Sight.
So we gotta stay loyal to the soil, right? We gotta dance with the one who brought us. Okay. We gotta stick with Married at First Sight.
Exactly. And we're keeping up with Big Brother. And
I mean, you more than me, but yeah.
Right. Exactly. So anywho, episodes 4 through 6. Did you like this drop better than episodes 1 through 3?
Yeah, of course, because I think with this drop we're getting more interaction with the couples, the whole time, not with any lead up or anything like that. So yes, I still think it's a little weird where they started chopping stuff off. Like we got 2 expert visits and then it's just like, all right, you have to wait till next time to get the rest of them. So it's like, and of course with this new really expedited system, I know some people will be thrilled to death that we didn't get any family brunches after the wedding. We didn't get any prolonged.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, they started
we're
going
packing
off.
and we're leaving.
Yeah, they started going off. I'm like, oh, we're already setting out to Mexico. Okay, cool. This is something I get used to again. To be like,
yeah.
And I know, listen, you don't know what you got till it's gone, right? Because it's like, oh, I kind of missed the family brunches a little bit. I mean, you could have got me a little bit. I need a whole episode of it. But you got me a little bit.
It's just so many. That's 14 families.
That's true. That's a lot.
It's like when you think of it like that, it's like, goodness, yeah, we would have gotten way more Logic because Logic's probably delivering way more content that's worthy of making the episode than some other.
Bad. That's good. I wanted Logic to go with them to the honeymoons and host the honeymoons and really
Logic be Mecca's best friend back home, who he consults all the time. That'll be fine.
I don't even need Logic to get into Mecca and Bella Jolie stuff. He just let him get into the other couples. Like, let him start roasting couples
right.
like on the honeymoon.
Yeah. I forgot to mention I pulled a Bella Jolie and I just showed up in a black shirt. I said, odds are you're going to be matching me. So I have on my Beyonce Renaissance shirt. But hey, matching podcast partners.
Let's keep it up. Next one, we're doing the same thing. Come on. You're right. We don't even got to check. You know what I'm wearing.
Right. I don't have enough black shirts for that. This is my one of 3 black shirts.
I mean, listen, I rotate between like 3 or 4 shirts, so you can do it.
Right. The other thing I noticed with those expert visits was a lot of the time the experts say too much. Like in the past, I felt like as a note taker of this show, it felt like, okay, I'm always taking significantly more notes when the expert visits happen because the experts are saying a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that a while back and I'm like, here we go. And it was always Pastor Cal saying a lot of stuff or Dr. P is saying a lot because they're giving advice, obviously.
Right.
But I felt like with this, Dr. Lisa was just kind of prompting them to kind of go. I didn't feel like she was saying anything in excess, which is I liked because I felt like I'm getting more of the couples being authentic to like what's happening and being a little bit more open than they are when it's just them.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And I'm also not used to experts cursing. Dr. Lisa dropped the F-bomb and I was like, like clutching my pearls. Like, oh, not
when did you cursing. Become such a
why? Pastor Cal would never. But yeah, and I also something I'm getting used to, like in those experts visits, like things feel so choppy. Like I feel like in old era MAFS, you would get like you said, like monologues from the experts, and then you get a monologue from the participants. This feels very much snappy and very very like short clipped sentences, which I think is part of the editing as well. And then also just in general, very short segments of like not anything really noteworthy. It's just like this is just a little fun minute we dropped in there. Because I feel like in old MAFS we'd have like 5 to 7 minute segments. I don't think we're getting a lot shorter segments, and it makes sense because there's 7 couples. I mean, you still got to put it in a tight package. Interesting enough, also these episodes are all less than an hour. So interesting too.
Right. I mean, it made it easier to binge. I was like, oh, okay. Right. So, okay, let's go ahead and dive into our first couple. We can go ahead and talk about someone that they're doing okay so far. Let's go ahead. Oh, or unless you have a different opinion.
No, I think because we're ready to talk about Cameron and Michelle.
Yes.
And I felt like for Cameron and Michelle, it was just like, it's almost like when you try and start a lawnmower where you go, it's like, what the hell's going on? It's like the beginning is like, and then by the end, it's like, you're all good. It's like, we're mowing now. I know you don't know because you either have lawn services or your girlfriend cuts your grass. You don't know anything about that. So I know you don't know what a lawnmower is or how to work it, how to start it, I
was once an independent woman, okay? Oh, I I did have to crank my go-kart. I had a go-kart when I was 10 years old.
Of course you did. You probably had your own go-kart track, you know?
No, I actually just rode it on the neighborhood streets, and I got pulled over once. And the cop was like, by police. Yes. And he was like, you can't drive this on the road.
This isn't street legal. What are you doing?
Right. I was like,
Getting out of your cul-de-sac? What were you doing? Were you like heading to the store? Did your mother know where you were?
Yeah, I was just in the neighborhood.
Oh my gosh, you're out there riding dirty. Let me find out.
I'm like, sir, I'm 10.
You hear the cops like,
I don't know what the rules are.
Pigs pull me over again. Let me make sure my glove compartment is locked. We don't need to be knowing what's in there. For some reason, I just always wanted a go-kart. And so I got it one Christmas and I was just overjoyed. Wonder whatever happened to it. Let's talk about Cameron and Michelle. So they wake up from their night together, their first night together. She said she was very comfortable. But we do learn that she is very traditional with sex. So we do learn that they did not consummate because, she just wants them to get to know each other a little bit more. So we do know that they are going to meet up with the other couples at some point. She's so curious about the other couples, which it kind of felt when they were talking, like I was getting flashbacks to Love is Blind. Like all of these couples, when they were referencing the other couples, I was like, I can't wait to see the other couples. And so it kind of unconsciously, I started to think, ooh, is somebody going to like somebody else? Completely forgetting that these people are married. So let's not rule it out. Let's not rule it out. It just happened a couple seasons ago. Somebody started liking somebody on the honeymoon, Yeah. Let's not rule it out.
Yeah. We did see these two have a conversation where she finally shares about her fibroids that they detected when she was 26. And so she talks about how fertility is going to be a little bit harder because of that situation. But they're both okay with the adoption. He says his sister was adopted. So,
he's like, well, my sister's adopted, which confirms what a lot of people were thinking during meeting Cam's family. He goes, and she's amazing. So, as if every adopted person is just going to be amazing. Like, I mean, listen, I did it once. I have some experience and it went well. So what could go wrong, right? Every person that's adopted is going to be great. Going to be amazing.
Yeah, naturally. So we did get a group kind of like happy hour situation. Like it was an outdoor thing where all the couples got together and everybody kind of shared experiences. And so mainly with Cameron and I want to say Cameron and Marissa. Cameron and Michelle. Michelle did share with the other girls that they hadn't consummated and they hadn't done anything yet. But with Cameron, they didn't show him sharing anything about like their relationship.
No, I mean, I feel like that kind of fits, Cameron. He's just kind of like, we're cool, we're good. Like everything's going well. There's so many other big male personalities in that group that I think Cameron is going to kind of get overridden a lot of just, we're not going to worry about him. He's got so much other things to focus on with these men.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to think that they're going to be like, let's take a few seconds for Cameron. Like, yeah, everything is good with Michelle.
Yeah, just for him to tell things are okay. Just for him to tell things are good. Okay, great. Thanks, Cam.
Okay, yeah, whatever. We're seeing that. So it was kind of like typical, like the typical couple that's doing well behavior where we don't really need to focus much on them because they're fine. So then that we see like a very short clip of their date where they do like a Mayan ceremony situation and they do kiss during it. And
I mean, he kind of announced it. It's like, ooh, we did a Mayan ceremony and we kissed on the lips, guys. It's like, okay, so we can see where y'all are at with it.
Right. I was like, okay, so y'all didn't do any kissing like on the wedding night. So when she said they didn't do anything, she meant anything.
Nothing. Like nothing.
Yeah. And so we get this dinner with them where we learn that he doesn't live in Seattle. He lives in Portland because he coaches at a college in Portland and he's going to be there until the end of the season. And so he's kind of like at the mercy of whatever college hires him, and he's just trying to like see where she's at with that. And she really likes Seattle. And so it didn't really seem like they landed anywhere like, oh, Michelle is just open to go anywhere that he ends up.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like, why'd y'all do that? I mean, this is the first of many. Like, why'd y'all do that to them? Like, why did you do that? Like, why did you put someone that is like maybe constantly relocating with someone that's like not that into relocating? I feel like that's a big issue that you have to check in with before you match these two people, knowing that Cameron is someone that can have a relocation at any given moment, and matching her with someone that really likes where they are and really wants to stick close to home and close to family. It's like, why are we doing this?
What's her occupation again?
Is she a product manager? Is that her?
Oh, that
something
sounds
very
familiar.
vague. Something very vague.
Yeah, because if that's the case, she probably does work from home. So they probably thought like, oh, well, she's works from home, she's flexible. But
and it's not as if she just said, I refuse to move.
Yeah,
she's just like, I would feel more comfortable in Seattle. But I think it's something they can work like. They can compromise. Because we do see in the preview that they talk a little bit more about it, and it seems like he's like a little open to. I guess I think maybe the thing is like, if I wanted to stay with my team, I probably could. I mean, I'm freaking coach of the year, but I think what he's talking about is I can have better opportunities elsewhere. So maybe he'll be like, I can just stay where I'm at, and not be that far away from Seattle. But if I wanted to, I could probably take another opportunity in another state. But if she's not willing or doesn't really want to relocate, he'll have to take that into consideration. I'm like, well, I guess I'll have to stay here.
Yeah, he should just decide to go be like a Seattle Storm practice player.
Yeah,
that would be fun. Probably the pay probably is a little bit different from what he's doing now, but that would keep him in Seattle.
Oh, true. Yeah. Him and Mecca could go try it together.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to see them play. Maybe they will play one-on-one at some point, like at the retreat or something, if there's a retreat. But this does remind me of Love is Blind that was in Seattle, where people were in Seattle or Portland, or they were just somewhere in that area of the country.
Yeah, that was Brett and Tiffany's thing, right? Like Brett.
Yeah,
I think kind of the same thing. Brett was in Portland and she was in Seattle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a like relationship killer at this point right now, but I feel like the experts like drop the ball. Like they don't take it as seriously as I think they should have, right? Like, like this might be a reason to not match these people. Yeah.
All the couples hung out at the pool together, but once again, Michelle and Cameron didn't drop any big revelations. They were just like sounding boards for the other couples when they all did that. And then with Cameron and Michelle, so they were out by the the ocean? They were on the beach.
Yeah. Some body of water.
No, some body of water. I would imagine the ocean, not a lake or a river.
Yeah.
So he popped champagne and they kind of like joke about it. He's like, I never knew how to pop champagne. And she's like, when'd you learn? He's like 37, which is his current age. And she like cracked up, which I was like, good sign.
Great sign.
Because that wasn't that funny and she was tickled. And so that's great. Love that. And so she's just trying to get like a pulse on their relationship and see how things are going. And he does reveal that change is hard for him, which that's hard to be in this situation when change is difficult because there's a lot of change really fast.
And I love that she called that out. She was like, yeah, okay. So like if change is hard for you, change makes you want to run for the hills. It's never a good thing to say. Like,
right.
So, sir, why did you decide to get married at first sight? Like, why? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. If you don't like change, things are hard for you. You've never been in a committed relationship. Why do this? He's like, you know what? It's a good point. Good point. But I think
you're right. Let me take off my mic right now and
I'm
wrap this up.
I think he recovered. Really well because he's like, yeah, change is hard for me, and I there could have been a situation where I was just like not cool with it and run for the hills, as he likes to say. But basically, he tells her like, the reason I'm still here is you. I was like, yeah, okay, good job, Cameron, good job.
I like that. He said her optimism is infectious. So I really like that they are learning these things about each other and really liking them. So we had their final night of at the honeymoon, and so they're just kind of talking about like what's it going to be like living together. We learned her dog does shed. So she's like, she brushes her dog, and he's like, how do you talk to your dog? She's like, oh, just like regular. He's like, no. There's no way you talk to your dog regular. No one talks to their dog. And I was like, look, I didn't think I would be. Do you need to go potty?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know I was.
Y'all, I hear it firsthand before and after podcast. Did you have a good nap? Did you have a good nap? So thankful that Pepper and Cinnamon are no longer in the studio with you when you podcast. Oh my God, are you awake? Are you asleep? Are you awake, my babies? Oh, do you want to tweet? You all want to tweet? Oh,
how else will they know I'm talking to them?
You know what? Good point. Good point.
And they're not human children to where I need to talk in a way that they're eventually going to talk. They're not going to talk. Mind you, Pepper and Cinnamon are spending a couple weeks with their grandma. So I miss them. Just dropped them off this past weekend. And today was my first day just alone with Tilly and Mowgli, but mainly Tilly. And I was like, Tilly, you sure are quiet. Like, she hasn't said anything all day.
I mean, again, I've pointed this out to you before, but I feel like why does Tilly not get the benefits of some Mama Welch loving? Like, why is it only Pepper and Cinnamon? Tilly is your stepdog. Why Pepper and Cinnamon getting the special treatment here?
So first of all, she does get the special treatment. She gets the love and the care while we were there. We were there all weekend. She got all of that love, but we have a couple trips coming up, and Tilly's easier to Tilly's price of daycare, Spice Girls price of 2-1.
Well, you take them to that bougie ass little daycare center for dogs. I'm sure Sarah is just like, I can keep it regular and keep it cool. And you're like, no, they have to have the best of the best and that 5-star retreat of a doggy hotel.
When we walk in, they say, hey, Pepper and Cinnamon. I love that treatment.
Hashtag justice for Tilly. She's also
so she gets all this alone time with us for these 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So
meanwhile,
she's
Pepper and
the lucky one.
They're living in a lap of luxury with Mama Welch, getting all the treats probably. Mama Welch be spoiling them dogs.
She sent me their breakfast. She had cut up watermelon and like turkey mixed in with their dog food. And I was like, they're going to have to go so many walks when they get back.
They don't see so bummed to come back home. I was like,
oh, this girl don't give us
good it was at Grandma's house? Remember how good it was at Grandma's house? Now look what they're giving us. They're giving us the regular stuff now. Damn.
Literally.
Thanks about the grandmas.
Anyway.
But again, justice for Tilly. Not fair. It's not fair.
So this dog talk really resonated with me.
And this segment in particular really kind of showed more of their connection, and show how it's progressing, because they were cuddled up together. He was like rubbing on her on her shoulder. I was like, okay, y'all got really comfortable now, and they're having like these really fun. Because every other conversation before this was like a serious conversation about kids or about moving. This was a nice, comfortable, like lived-in conversation, and just shows how much they're progressing already.
And it's also something that I wish some of the other couples would take note of if they were able to see these private moments, is when you talk something down to death, like, oh, well, when we're sitting there, you don't put your arm on my shoulder and things like this can develop naturally. Like, you see a lot of the conversation, like, and maybe they have talked about it and it was edited out, but I feel like that hasn't been their main topic of conversation, is advancing their like physical intimacy. So it allowed this to naturally grow and have these like cuddles.
Oh my God, can you imagine Devin watching this video of them like at the honeymoon, like, ooh, I want that so bad. Kaitlyn, why can't you do that? Why can't you let me hold you like that, Kaitlyn? Oh, like, but like you brought that up, like, why don't they do that? Why don't they be like, we just want to kind of show you where the other couples are?
Yeah, like, exactly.
That seems like some like Temptation Island, Love Island,
right?
Like type stuff. Like
movie night.
How the other couples are doing. Yeah,
yeah.
That's interesting. Like Devin would be pissed. Like, let me touch you like that. Ugh.
Yeah.
And something I noticed, like, they were packing their stuff, and I was like, oh, it must be the morning they're leaving. It's the night they're leaving. The night before they're leaving, I'm like, they were packing at night, or the night before.
You don't pack the night before?
Hell no. I pack an hour before we gotta leave. I'm like, all right, I might as well start getting the dirt. They did laundry before they packed. Like,
laundry is a lot, yeah.
Dude,
I've heard that. Like, people like to do laundry so that when they come home, they just put those clothes right in the drawer. They don't have to worry about laundry after vacation. If you do it during vacation, which if I'm at an Airbnb with like a washer and dryer, I'll do it. But like, I'm not gonna go that extra yard if it's like a hotel or something.
Bruh, I'm like, dirty clothes going with the clean clothes, whatever. It all gets sorted out.
Do you wash it all?
Yeah, I got
at least.
Okay.
Yes.
I just throw shit in there. I'm like, all right, it's done. And when we went to the event, I had my nice suit. I was like, oh, don't gotta wear this no more. Just couple it, put it all in the same suitcase.
Oh my gosh.
I don't worry about keeping this non-wrinkled anymore.
I'm dead. Okay. So these two did move into their apartment in Seattle, and their last scene is they were cooking together. Like, he's cooking, she's cutting, like she's basically his sous chef, and he's telling her like, oh, cut it smaller, do this, do that. And it's a cute bonding activity to cook together, because not a lot of people can do it. But he brings up how, they had such a long travel day. Like, she said it was a 13-hour travel day. And what he really liked is that, sometimes traveling can be so frustrating, but he really enjoyed just being with her and like hanging out with her. And it was just really fun together at the airport.
Perfect. Like,
yeah,
boom,
I know.
You're good. You're
no
done.
notes.
Yep.
So last time we rated them a 5. So we rate them based on what we think if they will be together by the reunion. And so 1 is definitely not. 5 is we think these two are solid. They definitely will be together by the reunion unless something, goes terribly wrong. Last week, we rated them a 5. Are you going to hold on to that rating?
Yeah, I think so. I think this was like almost a perfect progression of how a Married at First Sight honeymoon should be, right? Mm-hmm. You get some of the big stuff out of the way. You talk it through, logically. And you kind of
no pun intended. Or?
Oh, hey, you kind of talk it out in a matter of fact way. Get your your opinion set, and then you also have some fun. And by the end of it, you're like really comfortable. You're really like vibing with each other. Talk about vibes to the max. And unlike the couple that we're going to be talking about next, I feel like no one's trying too hard. No one's forcing it.
Yes,
it's very natural. So yes,
so natural.
5 for me for Cameron and Michelle.
I agree. I'm also a 5. I think these two are great together so far. I think the way that it should go, right, is that the more you learn about the person, the more you, number 1, realize why you were matched. Number 2, your own feelings start to grow for that person. And I feel like that's what's naturally happening here, which makes me feel like it was a good match by the experts. They'll figure out the distance.
Yeah. Totally.
I guess I think Seattle and Portland, that's a drive.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I say that from Houston, Texas, never been in that area. No idea. But I think I had friends that recently said they drove from Seattle to Portland.
Yes.
Anyway, where are we heading next?
Let's go to Adam and Marissa. Talk about just an empty relationship to me. I'm like, what is happening here? Like, the opinion we had of Adam coming into this was like, oh boy, this is gonna go terrible. But I think weirdly, he might have the perfect match because like she's just going for the vibes. She's vibe just like he is, and she's not pushing, she's not digging to get deeper. It's just like, this is so much fun. He's like, I know, babe, right? It's so cool, it's so vibing. So like, we're definitely not cooked. Everybody else is cooked. We're not cooked. She's like, yeah, totally. We're so not cooked. We're so raw like sushi. We're not cooked at all. And so like they're just they are so vibing. It's crazy. But that'll bring its own set of problems later on in their relationship. But for now, and it's almost what we tell people to do on Married at First Sight honeymoons, is just kind of like, have fun. Be cool. Keep it light. Unlike like normal people like Cameron and Michelle can have these serious conversations and also have fun. But these two are just like, no, we're just keeping everything light. And I don't know if that's just for the honeymoon or if someone like Adam is just like, no, just gonna keep it light the whole time. We're not gonna talk about anything serious. And Marissa just seems like, yeah, we're not ever gonna talk about anything serious.
See, that's my thing. I don't know if this little like keep everything light is just for until they meet with the experts, because there's no way Dr. Lisa is letting this fly. She is not gonna sit here and let them say, yeah, everything's vibing. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, his vocal fry. I can't. I'm like, please smooth the audio out, because like clear your throat or something.
Just vibe, chilling, bro, to the max. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
just not cooking at all. Just vibes, bro. What's the problem? Why are you hassling us? We're vibing. Just let us vibe. You know what I mean?
I know. I just cannot wait to see where things go. I mean, because it could be great. Like it could be, hey, things are great with us, and Dr. Lisa challenges it, and they are able to prove like, no, we've like connected on all these different levels, like we are good. And then I'm like, okay, that's really cool. But it would just will be interesting to see how much depth there is in this relationship, because it feels so surface level. It feels so, I'm attracted to you, you're attracted to me. What more do we need?
Right. Because this whole drop with them was filled of him saying, oh, you know, bro, like jet skis, so awesome. I love jet skis. She's like, oh my God, yes, jet skis are so cool. Jet skis are so great. It's him saying something like, yeah, totally, definitely. She's like, okay. So yeah, we get their night after. There was, what we seem to know is there was just a lot of kissing. I don't think this was the night it was consummated. Maybe another night, but seems to be some kissing. I think it even confirmed there was no sex. We just kissed. We then shoot to them on the beach. They get their drinks that I'm sure they ordered. Like, I don't think they're just bringing them random drinks. And he's like, hey babe, can you check my drink to make sure? She's like, oh yeah, make sure it has no alcohol in it. Yeah. I think it's okay. I think it's just coffee. He's like, thank you, babe. Thanks, babe. It's like, you think someone spiked your drink when you weren't looking? Like, and
listen. Only reason I won't be that hard on him for that is because if you order like a mocktail or something like that, where it's like you're intentionally not wanting alcohol, sometimes these bartenders can just get in the motion. Like I've seen a lot of different like TikToks or reels of people like, I've been sober for this long and I got a drink and it did have alcohol in it. And I like something that was supposed to be non-alcoholic ended up being alcoholic. So I get it in that way. And it's not necessarily that he is, I guess, quote unquote sober. It's more that he just doesn't drink.
Yeah, that was my other thing. Like, it's not as if you're an alcoholic and any, alcohol will be detrimental to you because, you'll not be sober anymore. That's very important to people that are recovering alcoholics. He just recreationally doesn't drink alcohol as far as we know. So it's not as if he's going to be like, take one sip of this alcohol and be like, oh my God. He can be like, oh, this is an alcohol drink. Let me send it back. He's just like, here, babe, you try it. And it seems like this is a routine they fall into. Like there's nothing surprising about this. I'm like, can you try my drink? But she's like, oh, okay, cool. She's like, oh yeah, I'm your drink tester. Here, give me the drink. And so I found that weird. I was like, okay, cool.
It's just gonna be their thing now.
Yeah. Marissa does talk about the fact that, she thought it would be an issue with her, drinking alcohol and him not, but it's nice for her to know the chemistry is not drug based. It's like, okay, hey, that's a positive. And they end up making out on the beach, like real hot and heavy. Adam is a very like in their kisser. He's very into it.
And they make sure to linger. A lot of their kisses, they linger to show how like not intense, but involved it is.
At the group
wait, this is the part that did make me question if they did consummate the first night, because she was like, can you carry me? And he's like, oh, I can toss you around. Did you forget about last night?
Oh yeah, I thought he was just kind of like joking. I wasn't sure. I don't know how to really read him, so maybe, I don't know. I just don't think they would hide that if that was the case. But either way, we get to the group hang, and they do kind of confirm without confirming, because they just kind of like, well, we don't need to talk about it. Gentlemen never kisses and tells, So they, without telling, they're pretty much telling that yes, they did consummate their marriage. They so far, and of this whole drop, they are the only people that are telling us that they consummated their marriage. Well, if you count on one person at the very end. But yeah, so boom, we got our consummation here.
That's why I'm like wondering on the timeline, because they did say it was a long day of travel, but that's going back to Seattle. So I'm like, if the wedding, like maybe the wedding was yesterday, and then they, like, I'm trying to work in another day in there, and it feels like they've only had one night so far.
No, I think the group hang was probably a couple days in, if I was to guess. So maybe the second night they did some consummating. We get a group hang by like a pool area, and this is where, if you watch the previews coming into this, you saw where Adam decided to wear socks in the pool. He called them swim socks. I didn't note that they were any different than regular socks. I just thought they were like socks. I think they're special socks. And I just feel like he doesn't really give a good reason for this. He's like, what if a football game breaks out, while we're at the pool? It's just like, I just think Adam likes to do stuff to be different. And it screams of like, I'm cool because I'm different. Look at me. And it's a little weird to me, but okay. I mean, there are literally like swim shoes you could buy that are like for the pool. You don't need to put on like regular white tube socks and just get in the pool. Just to be different, because being different is cool. You know what I mean? So we get one last dinner for the night. She again has to try his drink. I was like, okay, this is a thing. This is a thing. And they start eating. Adam is like picking up his steak and just eating it like it's a hamburger. Like
the way I was like, are they not in a restaurant? Like, I know it's like, okay, we're at the resort or whatever, but you just palmed a steak.
And he's like,
and not only
try it.
Here, just eat it out of my hand. And she just bit it. Like,
listen,
what am I doing?
The fact that she didn't shame him immediately for this might mean this is a match made in heaven.
Right.
And it might mean that she's willing to put up with a lot of stuff. If she wasn't like, boy, will you put that down and grab the fork and knife, please? And like a human. She's like, oh, it's fine. It's cool. Like, I'm down with whatever. Like, he wants to eat it with his hands. That's fine. Whatever.
It's like, what the heck?
Yeah. So they start talking crap about the other couples. And he's like, if you had to pick one couple to like send home, like it wasn't working, like who would you pick? He's like, I don't know. I don't want to pick. He's like, for me, it's definitely Kaitlyn, for sure.
Right. He's like, he actually asked just so he could answer.
Yeah, like he's giving it his all. She's not returning the gestures. They're cooked, bro. So cooked, totally cooked. Like, he just says cooked about 15 times in this like 3 sentences. And Marissa's like, and when we get home, we're gonna be doing like couples therapy. How do you think that's gonna? He's like, oh, we are. Like, he has no idea what is happening. Like, oh, we're gonna do group therapy. Are you serious? Like,
this is a brand new show to him.
Brand new. I mean, listen. I mean, if he only watched Married at First Sight US, he wouldn't know that. Okay, give him some props. Okay, but it does seem like they had like a little pamphlet they got when they joined the new season Married at First Sight. He's like, he's like, here are things you can expect on while you're filming your season Married at First Sight. He's like, I don't read, bro. I already told you, I don't read stuff.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah, unless it's on the side of a jet ski, I don't read it. Okay,
unless it's written in music.
Yeah, unless it's on a piano concerto, I don't read it. Okay. So he tells her stuff like, I can't wait to go back, and start living life. And they start talking about like, he starts talking about one of his older relationships. Like, yeah, she didn't like that I said bro that much, when I went with the bros, when you say bro a lot, she didn't really like that at all. So
yeah, and she says, oh, but I like the way you talk. And I was like, okay.
All right,
we have a good match right here.
Because, if you like it, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you do you, okay? Listen, this might be a match made in heaven. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. So they get back home. They go to his place. He shows her around. It's really run down. It's like, I don't know what is happening. Is this his home, or is this like a place he goes? Like,
I think this is home.
Lord. And listen,
because this is where Paul came.
Paul met, yeah. But it's like, good on Marissa. She is just rolling with the punches. She has no qualms at all about this rundown shack. He comes in, he's like, "This is where my homie who has no home sleeps." This is like, you have a homeless
your
man
roommate.
like, so you just that's cool. She's like, oh my God, so cute, so cool. He's like, all right, now's the time. About to go see the jet ski. Oh, is that big black one over there? Oh my God. And she's like, time to rip the jetty. I was like, oh, okay, like perfect.
Yep.
So he takes her jet skiing. There's what I'm convinced is fake yelling. This sounded like soundboard yelling. I'm like, ah, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it looked fun.
Sure.
I would probably be terrified.
Yeah,
he was going really fast.
I don't think it'd be my thing, but okay. If she likes it, I love it. We just get like a flash of their expert visit where Paul's like, I really like your vibe, Adam. I really like your vibe. And of course he does, because Adam's wearing like this oversized shirt. And Paul, for some reason, also has this type of vibe and fashion where I don't know why, but it looks like he's in like a 90s hip hop video where it's got like 5 times 2 big shirts on. And so he's like, I really like your vibe, Adam. You really got a husband thing going on with you. and Adam goes, yeah, it feels like day 8 of like Burning Man. That was the vibe. I was like, oh no, not Burning Man. Not Burning Man. Flashbacks to Josh from last season. No, Burning Man. Uh-oh.
Right. Now it has to be mentioned on every Peacock season.
So listen, Adam and Marissa are just flying through this thing on vibes. This is run on vibes, literally.
Yeah.
There's nothing more than vibes here. And as we said earlier, I think it's really going to start going downhill when we start like, so how do you feel about each other though? Vibes are good. Like, no, not vibes. How do you feel about each other as a person? Like,
right.
As individuals. It's like, oh, guess we haven't really even talked about that. Like, who are you?
See, because my problem at this point, even hearing this, is like, it feels like he likes being around her. Things are easy. She doesn't challenge him. But does he know her? Like, is he getting to know her? Could you quiz Adam about Marissa at this point, and he's able to, like, oh yeah, she likes to do this. She really likes this. She from here, she does this.
Unfortunately, I think that's perfect for Adam, and that's how Adam wants it. I think Adam is all about Adam, and I think if anyone comes into his orbit that is not about Adam and is about themselves, he's not in for it. He's not down for it. So, if Marissa keeps this up, I think they'll be married forever. But if she starts getting a little agency and a little dependence, and like starts, wanting to make the relationship about her, which she should want a partnership, I think it'll start having trouble if she's like, well, what about my wants and my needs? Yeah. Right now he's getting all of his wants, his needs met, which is like, just be in awe of me. That's and what he wants.
Yeah, and if she ever gets to that point, it's gonna have to be like she has an epiphany one day, like, wait, I've been in his relationship as opposed to getting my own needs met. That's only if she does eventually feel that way. If this is perfectly her vibe and this is how, like, exactly what she imagined, then she may not have that epiphany and it may be just fine.
Yeah. I mean, listen, hey, if I think it'll be the shock of all shocks if they are one of the couples that really thrives in this, because this is the perfect dynamic they have found.
Right.
Let's do ratings. Forgot ratings. Where were we last week with our ratings here?
So last week we had differing opinions. I gave them a 3. You gave them a 4.
You know what? I see no reason to change my 4 so far.
Yeah. I'm only because things are going well. Y'all just had a great vacation. You're easy to be around. There's that comfortability with the fact that you've met once. My only thing is it lacks the depth that I just have to. Once I know Marissa is okay with there being no depth, then I'll move up. Yeah. I think that's where I'm at. So I'm going to maintain my 3.
Okay, cool. Where are we going next?
All right, let's go. Let's talk about a couple that had a very interesting batch. And that's going to be Sean and Nikki. Oh, Lord. So Sean and Nikki, okay, we know they had this very interesting start. It's been interesting seeing the social media commentary about that at the altar moment. There was like somebody who made a TikTok about like, I've been a producer on reality television. Always go by, if you don't see their lips say it, They didn't say it at that time. So very likely she may have not said, oh, I'm waiting for my groom, because we didn't see her mouth those words at that time. But what I'm going to go based off is the edit.
Yeah, and also her just confused look at the altar, just like,
yeah,
him, this one,
right? Yeah. So it's the morning after their first night together, and Sean has gone to get her coffee. He brings it back to her, and he tells her, she looks amazing, but he tells her he realized he needs to take a step back and just let her shine.
So, okay, great start.
Yeah.
Great
growth.
Start. Love
yes.
That.
We did also find out that he held her hand in the middle of the night. So, he didn't overdo it. Mm-hmm. He didn't try to wrap her up and spoon her and anything. He just held her hand in the middle of the night. He still didn't go too far in terms of where he was at, joking about, sexual positions and stuff.
Yeah. And Nikki also just kind of is being positive.
Yeah.
She's like, that was great. He just tried to held my hand last night. Great, great, great. She says, I think we might be in for a great love story. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very big change from the altar.
We even get a quick scene of them wrapping their arms together or drink a mimosa or something together. And he was like, can we top it off? And she was like, with a kiss. And then they kissed.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. Things are going great.
Great. Ding. Awesome.
I was like 5 next to them. I was like, good 5 stars. Awesome.
Wow. I've moved up from a 2 to a 5.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? So they're hanging out by the pool. This is just them. He calls her hottie with a body. He tells her how good she looks. She talks about how she does Pilates and weight training, and that's how she keeps her physique. And he compares it, and he's like, well, I'm proud of my dad bod. And she's, she didn't quite see herself with someone with a dad bod without being a dad, but that's where they are. And so they're kind of talking about their first impressions and how he thought she was beautiful, and he really thinks their souls were destined to meet. And it was just a very positive, hey, we're just reflecting on what's happened in the past, however many hours they've known each other.
Well, and he's giving her all of I thought when I saw you, I was like, oh, she's so great, she's so radiant, she's gorgeous and glowing. And she's like, and when I saw you, when I turned and saw the gorgeous audience. He's like, yeah.
I was like, not the audience being gorgeous.
And then she tops it off, and she goes, and when I saw you, I said, oh, he's so confident. God. She basically told us, man, he had a great personality.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So when I turned around, I saw a beautiful sky. Then I looked at the officiant. She looked amazing. I was looking at the ground. It was beautiful. Then I got to you.
And then we got
married.
Yeah. And that happened.
You're right. So everything is positive, as positive as it can be at this point, while knowing that, where she kind of is with him not being her typical type. But then she brings up how she's ended every relationship she's been in. He's like, whoa, okay. Well, how do you feel like you've grown in the past from your past relationship? She was like, well, I really like my house really clean and stuff. So I kind of learned okay, I'm not going to judge the person too quickly, in that situation just because of how I like things. He says, well, the question was, how have you grown? Like, you're not giving me a clear example of growth.
I was like, I feel like that's pretty good. Like, I feel like she gave a pretty good example.
I feel like that was an example.
Yeah.
So imagine, I mean, I feel like I was as confused as she was because I felt like that was an appropriate answer.
Yeah.
And so then she's like, okay, well, I just didn't want to go into like the details of my past relationships. Like, I felt like being so specific wasn't important. And he's like, so you're saying my question isn't important?
Listen, you can't be short, sassy, and condescending. Pick a struggle, my guy. You got too many red flags going at the same time. Come on.
I was like, you're making this so intense for no reason.
So
no reason.
Like I wanted you to like give me something specific. Like she did. Like what do you like?
She did. She told you cleanliness in the house and how she's going to change her approach.
He wanted her to like get super like granular about like some relationship she was in, and like you're not like, as she said to him, like, we're not there yet. Like I gave you like a very simple example, which is all that this like what you asked was needed for. Like I don't know what.
There's been less that has been said. Like there have been couple where you ask and you're just like, well, I'm not willing to share that.
Yeah, or like, just like blow it off. She gave a perfectly good example of how she went from one area of her life having one way of being to growing into a different way of being, of growing in communication, growing in expectations. He's like, it's not good enough. Not good enough. Right. At all.
So he's like, you don't think my question is important? And she's like, well, I understand it's important to you, but I feel like I'm being interviewed. Like, she's like, this feels academic and it's not a personal connection. And I felt like this was the start of just how well I think Nikki handles these interactions, where I feel like there could have been many moments where she just either shuts down or just realizes like, I'm not about to go back and forth with you about how I feel or how I should have answered that better or how I should have done this or how I should acknowledge this. But I feel like she gives him, and it's, this is our oldest couple at 46 and 48 or 46, 47. And I feel like she is so mature in the way that she responds in these conflicts that they have. And I just thought it was so impressive, but then it's like, well, duh, like that's how she handles it. Like she is a grown woman who, I mean, we're all grown people, but I don't know. I was just very impressed with how she handled it.
She gives the exact right amount of pushback where it's not too over the top. And she's also not being quiet. She's being clear and like real about her expectations and how you're not going to speak to me like that. And where he messed up, how he can improve. And he's just not trying to hear it.
Yeah. So we found out that they were doing video diaries the night before. Things went left. And it went left because we pieced this together from all the different stories, from him talking about it at the pool or whatever, that basically before they did their video diary, she said, what do you think about like us waiting until like closer to the end of the experiment to have sex? And he was like, oh, like, I think, that could be something we could do. Then she gets on the video diary and says, we've decided we're waiting until, a month, 5 weeks towards it, into this to wait for sex. And so he turns to her and is like, oh, you've decided. He's like, I just didn't know you made that decision. And she's like, what? And then they're talking and there's a point where he's like, well, tell me back what I said. And she's like, can I speak? And it's just so tense, so fast.
And we're seeing pretty fast the way Sean's argument style is he needs to win. He has to win the argument. He has to have the last word. You have to agree with him. He has to prove his point. She says to him as much. It feels like we're in a courtroom. It feels like we're debating when we have conversations. She says to him, you're all head, no heart. And for him to say, how are you to decide when we're going to have sex? It's like, that's...
Wait, so I'm
looking around like, I feel like that's usually how that works. Like the individual person decides when they are willing to have sex. You cannot. There's like he says. I think it's when he's talking to the guys later. He's like, it's as if she's making a decision about a car, about a house. Like, no, it's not. No, not even a little bit. Like it's like that's not comparable whatsoever. She's deciding when she and her body are going to commingle with you in your body. That is 100% her choice. Like there's no talk. There's no debate. It's her personal choice.
Like, what are you saying? Oh, you've decided. Okay, well, I mean, you can go consummate when like If like, I don't know what you're thinking. Like, if I'm not a part of that decision, like I am an equal part in this relationship. So I will decide when I am willing to go there.
Yeah, like this isn't a negotiation. This isn't a compromise. I get to decide when my body engages in sex with you. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
It literally was just the lack of power in that situation where it felt like he felt like the decision was being made for him when it wasn't a decision for him to make.
No,
like,
not at all.
When they like, oh yeah. So they are talking. So they're talking. This was in the kitchen, right? Like after, it's at night in the kitchen. No, we're not there yet. Where she
next thing we got the group conversation where like they basically tell their sides of this story. Sean's like, she basically made the decision for both of us.
Well, yeah. Well, I was pointing out the conversation they had after we found out about like the video diaries was just like she felt like it felt like he's on a stage or he's in a courtroom. Like it felt like he was trying to perform, and she never feels heard because it always feels like he's not leaving enough space for her to feel heard. And so he does admit like that he thinks it wasn't about sex. It's more about how they're going to communicate moving forward, and just realizing that they, like you said, that they have different communication styles. And this was just another example of like, it's starting so bad and then him kind of saying the right thing to kind of resolve that conflict. But it's like, but how did it get bad in the first place? Like you still were responsible for everything that transpired when y'all had that conflict.
Yeah, he does a great job of like bringing it back around to like, well, I guess we both did the wrong thing. We're both gonna have to fix this. She's like, no, you did the wrong thing, and you need to fix yourself. So he's a master at that, of like bringing it back around like, well, we both have to learn. But he also does a good job of saying things like, I have to learn the best way to love you. That's just what I have to, like. He faux takes responsibility.
Yeah.
But he doesn't learn the lesson that he says he's learning in the moment, because he goes right back doing the same thing later.
Exactly. So yeah, they had the group happy hour, you know, he shared what happened, and she shared with the women that like he meditates, and so now she meditates, and that he also said he wants to be a soft place for her to land. And that's, you know, that's typical like therapy talk. Like, I want to be a soft place for you. It's like, yes, okay, yeah, that sounds great. But can you be the way you be?
You got to put it in practice. You can't just say it. You got to actually
Exactly. And so there was a quick scene where like she's trying to figure out a dress to wear, or like she's trying to pick out a dress to buy at the resort, and he's like, oh my gosh, like that looks amazing. And they ended with like she kissed him unprompted. Yep. There was no asking. I was like, okay, this is progress.
And the man can't help himself. She's like, you know, I like this, but I don't want a boob to pop. It's like, I want a boob to pop out. It's like, oh, gross. Like, he's really not beating allegations like that creepy guy at work that you don't want to spend time with. This is what that would be like if you married the creepy guy at work that is always like making inappropriate comments. That's what this would be like.
Nikki with the dimples.
Hey girl.
As you walk up to get coffee.
Oh, you are wearing that dress. I'd love to see it on my floor.
Right. So they are at dinner, and he like says something to her, and she's like, oh, you're flirting with me. He's like, yes, I'm flirting with you. So I was like, okay, that was a very interesting like interaction. And so they're talking about friendship and like what that means to her in a relationship. And so she points out how like her first boyfriend at 17, she was with him for 10 years. And then like she ended up outgrowing him because she had like bigger dreams. And her ex-boyfriend said he needed a more like simple woman. And so she just really doesn't want somebody who like feels small next to her. And so during this conversation, they're holding hands. He didn't say anything condescending. So it was positive. No complaints.
Not at all. All good.
Yeah. They got back with the group. where everybody was at the pool, but really the focus there was like Mecca and Devin and Felipe. So nothing there. So we had the next scene with them where she tells him, like, you've been our spiritual leader. And he's like, oh, really? Wow. I didn't like realize that. And so he's trying to get a pulse on how she feels about their physical connection. And she really wants it to be organic. He gives a bunch of examples about what he needs outside of sex. So like rubbing his head, smack him on the booty, kiss him unprompted. And she's still of the mindset of she wants it to happen naturally because, you know, he's thinking, if I'm saying these things and then the next couple of days she's not doing them, then I'm going to bring up that she did not hear me.
We're going to have a conversation about you not following through the things I asked you to do.
Exactly. So I'm glad she made it clear. I hear you. And that is somewhere that's, I do want to acknowledge that that's what you want, but I do still want it to happen naturally and not just, and it's not even a pride thing where it's like, oh, I'm not going to do it just because you asked me to do it. It's the comfortability. It's like how they feel with each other. And so she's like, and I'm sure she probably wished she could have said, but she said, I just need like something to be unlocked to be sexually attracted to you. This is new news to him. Apparently.
New news to him. How is it?
This is hot off the presses. He ain't never heard this before. He never would have thought this woman felt this way.
Boy, this room might as well be in Swahili because he can't read that shit at all. He cannot read a room whatsoever.
At all. And so he's like, this is the first time that I've heard that she's not sexually attracted to me. And so she's like, he's like, oh wow, like I can't believe like this is the first time I've heard you say that. You know, we've kissed and stuff. And she's like, no, I'm kissing you because like, you know, we could get there. And you know, I kiss you because I like you and I respect you. He's like, I don't want to be kissed because I'm liked and respected.
Wow.
You want to be kissed only if she wants to have sex with you?
Yeah, and he takes big offense to this. He's just like, you're kissing me and not feeling you don't want to have sex with me as you're kissing me? Like, no, this is kind of a normal progression of like, I'm at the very least liking you. At the very least, because you got to see if things, because Nikki wants to see if things can grow. And to see if attraction can grow, you have to kind of step outside comfort zones. And that includes things like, you know, maybe some heavy petting, some kissing, maybe to get there, to get to a point where we can do more. And he will not hear of it at all.
He tells her, look, we've had some moments that he thought were sexual moments. And in a confessional, he's like, she playing around. Like, she trying to act like she's not attracted to me. She tongued me down with food in her mouth.
First of all, that is very dangerous language. To be like, act like she's not attracted to me. I'm like, of course she's attracted to me. Like,
I'm like, I don't my guy, this. I think you're in denial.
Yeah, and you need to be real with where things are. Okay, I don't want to hear about, but she wanted it. Like, no, it's okay. Let's cut that out.
I was taken aback when I heard him say that.
Yeah,
it's like, wait a second.
He's like, she tongued me down with food in her mouth. I'm thinking, I'm almost certain you started kissing her with food in her mouth. She was just like, oh, okay. Like, I don't think she's initiating a kiss with you with food in her mouth and tonguing you with food in her mouth. I think if we asked Nikki about that situation, it'd be a very different story.
Because even in the conversation, she says like he kissed her with tongue, and then he's like, I'm the only one. She's like,
I guess when you forced your tongue in my mouth, I guess I had to return it. I mean, what else am I gonna do? Bite your tongue off? Like and he's like, we were in the bed and I was on top of you. Like I was cringing because I was like, I can just imagine the situation where he's almost, I don't want to say forcing, but he's almost like doing these things and she's going along with it, of course.
Right.
And he's now like, you wanted that. You really want to do that. I was like, I can really just, it's making me cringe.
I'm like, Sean, she is telling you that she's not sexually attractive. Now that's big. Like, you don't want to tell somebody that. You don't want to tell somebody that you feel you're not at the point that they are definitely at.
Well, and she almost said it in a roundabout way. Like, she's just like, I need to feel like I'm sexually attracted to you. Not like, she didn't say, hey, I'm not sexually attracted to you. Like, she said it around about when he picked it up, which I'm glad he picked it up, and I'm glad they're actually having the conversation. Which, you know, I feel like anyone that's in Sean's, you know, situation should have been able to see, but hey, it's whatever.
I don't know. I felt like that was as direct. That was, I mean, yes, she could have, like, yes, a more direct way would have been, I'm not sexually attracted, but sexually attracted to you. But to say, I need something to be unlocked to be sexually attracted.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Yeah. So they have moved into, so the honeymoon is over. They've moved into their new place together, and it's so he's like in the living room, or he's in the kitchen. I had to actually rewind this because I was so confused because I thought we were getting a flashback. But it was we were just moving forward in the story.
It was choppy. It was very choppy.
Yeah, because he tells her, like, he leaves with his suitcase, but he was just going to the room. He had on his backpack and his suitcase, so I thought he was leaving the apartment, but he was just going to the room. And so we get a confessional from her to find out that every day there's conflict. So there's been another exchange. Mm-hmm. So she tells him, because he comes back with a robe on, and she tells him, you were nasty. She's like, there's this like one-upmanship that's happening. And apparently he told her that she was being crazy. Like, she was standing up over him. And he said, now you're towering over me and you're the aggressor. And
the retelling of this wasn't good at all. I was like, I'm not sure what they were fighting about, what the argument was, but at some point he ended up calling her crazy. Yeah. And she took offense to that. And he's saying that, well, you referenced yourself as crazy, so that wasn't a big deal. She's like, I never said I was crazy. I said I was a lot. And even if she said she was crazy, you don't repeat it back to her and say she's crazy. Everyone knows that, Sean. Come on.
Yeah. And so she says, look, we just need help from the experts. Because he was trying to say, well, this conversation is done. She said, you don't start and stop the convo. Like, I'm telling you, it feels like a power trip, but I don't even think it's not temporary. Like, he wants to be the more dominant one in this relationship. He wants to be the decision maker. And the fact that she is so independent, she's a strong woman. She's speaking for herself. She's not backing down when he tries to have these little nitpicky arguments. It's just like he can't find his place in having more power over something than her.
Yeah, for sure. He wants to control things. He wants to control when things stop and start. And she's calling him out about it. Yeah. And I appreciate her doing that.
Yeah. So she asked him to sleep on the couch, and he's like, well, I will need to come in the morning, like grab underwear and, you know, grab things I need. She's like, well, if you know what you need, why don't you just get it right now? And he's like, no, I'm not grabbing my underwear now.
I'm not taking my shoes out of the closet.
Right? Like, what? Why not? You're sleeping on the couch. If you got to get up earlier than I need to get up, just get it now.
She was being a little bit. I mean, can you do all that now? Because I don't want you in the room in the morning getting your stuff. Like, that's going to be what it is when he's not on the couch. So you might as well start to get used to it. It's like, can you just get your stuff now? Like, she was beyond dealing with it at this point. She was annoyed. Then she's like, can you just do that stuff now? Can you just get your stuff now? He's like, I don't want to get my shoes out of the closet. Okay. It's like, oh, right.
She does acknowledge that that in a confessional that she thinks her not being sexually attracted to him has exacerbated some of his insecurities.
Yep.
So in the next morning, you know, she thanks him for the space, and he's like, I think about Michelle and how, you know, she started off as Barack's boss. So we really got to figure out like a balance.
So you think you're Barack. That's what you think. Okay.
That's what, yeah.
All right. Got me thinking. I was like, what's me and Aysha's dynamic? Definitely not Barack and Michelle, for sure. I was like, what? I was like, Aysha's definitely Michelle. Okay. It's a boss. It's awesome. You know. Oh, she's over here flexing on the. You better get to the YouTube and see Aysha flexing. And I was like, I think to Aysha's Michelle, I'm probably like the George Bush, right? When we get together, we like to cut
laugh.
up.
George W.
George W. We like to cut up. We like to make little in jokes, like little nudge, like like be cool. I think that's our dynamic, Michelle and George. Right. I think that's us.
Anytime you see Michelle and George W together, they're laughing. They're having a great time.
Cutting up.
It's so funny.
It is.
So they're getting ready for bed. He thanks her for welcoming him back into the bed. And but it's so fun. Yes.
It's so like passive aggressive and condescending. It's like, ugh, don't do that. Like if you're gonna not say things in like real, don't say stupid stuff like that.
It was really interesting too, because his version of getting ready for bed was wetting a towel and wiping it on his body, under his arms, back his neck, back. Then he put it down and he got in bed. It showed.
I was so perplexed. I said, what is he doing? Because and you did more than he did in like performing it. He's like tap, 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 and done. And it's like, what was that? Because I don't know. I don't shower at night. I'm not a night shower. I'm a morning shower. And I don't do that, what he did. Like, I don't think that's what he would call a shower, but I don't know what he did.
I hope not.
I don't know what purpose it served. Like, it's like, why did you do that? What was that?
Because if the goal was I'm sweaty, I'm trying to then you need to get in the shower.
I guess. or wipe yourself off better. But you're just like boop, 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 boop. Little rub of the head, done. It was like, what was that for?
Meanwhile, she's brushing her teeth. She does her face routine. And then he's in bed just waiting for her. And she's like, all right, I'm about to shower. So it's going to be even longer.
Yeah. He's waiting for her in bed.
Oh, yeah. He smacks some lotion on.
Well, that's what he told us. Like, I just be smacking stuff on. I smack on lotion. I smack on soap. I was like, smack on soap? What are you talking
right. about? She's like, well, that's good. We won't be competing for bathroom time.
Yes.
But she does say hygiene is important to her. So I'm like, is that going to be a thing? Because they just put on Front Street their differences in hygiene.
And I don't know if a morning shower and a night shower are compatible at all. Like,
yeah,
how's it going to work in bedtime? Me and
my
wife
be on one accord.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big compatibility issue. Like, me and my wife, we're both morning showers, so we're simpatico with that. I just feel like if you're in the bed with someone and you're the shower at night and you got someone that's not a shower at night, you must look at them as the dirtiest person in the world. Like,
right. Exactly.
I just got myself all clean and you're sitting here next to me still dirty as hell. But if you're both dirty, that's fine. Like, it's whatever.
I myself am a night shower, and I had a teacher in school and I can't think of the teacher, and this probably would get her fired, but these days she was like, y'all stink. She was like, did y'all all shower this morning? Did y'all shower this morning? If you're not showering in the morning, you need to shower in the morning. Even if you shower at night, you need to shower in the morning because it's not fresh enough. It was like she was going off on the class because
that's kind of how I feel though. That's like I'm with her there. Like, I feel like for me, I'm morning showers. I'm like, I feel like the freshest I can be to start my day. Right.
But see, my philosophy is like, because I get into my bed clean.
Yeah,
I'm
but
clean
eventually
when I wake up. I'm not sweating in my sleep.
But you still got stuff going on your body in the night. Like, you still, I don't know. I just need to feel as fresh as I can in the morning.
I feel like there's solid arguments for both.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think either one is like wrong.
Me neither. Yeah, because some days it's like, okay, if I like went to the gym in the morning and then I showered midday, didn't go anywhere else, then I'm probably gonna shower in the morning the next day.
Yeah, listen, I'm not saying your way of life is wrong if you're a night shower. It's just not for me. It's just not my bag. Okay,
night showers, stand up.
Hey, put it in the chat. Night shower, morning shower. Let's go. That's our new Patreon poll. Morning shower or night shower?
Right. So she's saying, or they in the night with him saying like, I'm learning to adapt to like your needs, right? And he's like, and she's like, yeah, and I, that's great. And he's like, and you forgiving, that's part of your growth too, right?
Don't tell me how I'm growing, bro. Don't
Don't the last thing I need to hear.
Don't even.
That was so annoying. So last week we put a 2 for these two.
Listen, it's teetering right on that
truly
one.
Truly.
I'm still gonna leave it at a 2, but it's teetering.
I'm gonna leave mine at a 2 too. But if they keep fighting like this next batch, I'm moving down to a 1 because this is not sustainable.
And you gotta imagine the expert intervention is just gonna make things even worse. I don't see how it's gonna get better.
Sean's gonna think he knows more than Dr. Lisa.
Yep.
There's no way he's going to walk into that being vulnerable, being open and receptive to whatever she has to say. He's going to walk in there thinking he knows the most in that room. And whatever she has to say is going to be like, oh, Nikki, you heard that? Did you hear that? Mm-hmm. Anything that applies to him, she's like, so but Nikki.
Like, and whatever Dr. Lisa says about Nikki, he's like, yep, you really got to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely something you got to do.
Imagine him bringing it up after the fact, too. Mm-hmm. Don't forget what Dr. Lisa said.
Remember Dr. Lisa said, Nikki. Yes, you're not using the tools that Dr. Lisa gave us. Like, I just see him saying something like that.
Man, yeah, okay. Where are we heading next?
Let's go to Nick and Courtney. Had a very interesting batch of episodes. We start off, they had a good night, but there was not really any canoodling, not a lot of cuddling. They kind of, as Courtney calls it, were back to back whole time, didn't really touch much. They get to Mexico and there's this whole like comedic scene where Nick can't figure out how to open the wine. He's like, I don't know how you open this thing. She grabs the wine and just pops open for him. He's like, oh, like you can imagine for Nick, who is very about his appearance. It's like, wow, that's
even before that, we got that little small scene, which does matter with the expert segment, which he couldn't figure out the Keurig. And she's like, oh, okay, here. And he's just like, I'm not a handy guy.
He's like, oh gosh, Nick, come on, you can't figure out a Keurig. I'm like, but I imagine if you've never used one, you can't just go over there and like, figure the thing out within 2 seconds. So,
I mean, a Keurig is probably the simplest of the tools. It's like the countertop.
I mean, but if I've never used it, I don't want to do the wrong things. I just want to be closing stuff and not knowing what it's doing. Whatever, man. But Courtney shamed him for that real hard. It's
she
like,
did.
On, Nick, let's go. Come on.
But I wouldn't even describe knowing how to use a Keurig as being handy. That's like complete.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
That's like knowing how to use that compared to fixing a light bulb.
Right. I would put that more on in the intelligence side than the like home improvement handiness side, right? I'm like,
he went to MIT though.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, Nick has this whole like embarrassment of moments where he can't figure out how to open the wine. She has to open it for him. He tries to shake her a drink and just spills all over himself. He's not having a great day.
Like I knew that was about to happen.
Yeah, and so they're in Mexico. They get on the beach and they're just kind of standing around. They don't know what to do. Things are very awkward. He's like, so what do you think we should do?
How do we get there though? Like, was the prompt, hey guys, your date's gonna be on the beach, kind of just like, I don't know, get to know each other, just do whatever. Because why are they looked like the producer said, you stand on this beach right now. and
entertain us.
And they said action and they just both froze.
They're just like, what, y'all can't figure out? Nick, you are a reality star. Come on, man. Right. Do something. And so they're just like, you wanna go take a swim? She's like, no, I don't want to swim. He's like, you wanna race in this thing? She's like, no, I don't want to race. It's like, they're just kind of standing there like, okay, cool. Like they get the Dodo music of Dodo and I'm like, look at these two idiots. They don't know what to do with themselves. So then they go hang out by the pool. They're just hanging out. Again, it's just kind of awkward. Courtney loves doing this thing where she makes a joke and has to explain the joke. She's like, no flash photography, please. She's like, because that lady over there, she has a camera, and I was joking. Like, if you have to explain a joke, don't make the joke, okay? And so it's awkward. Like, it's like, okay, cool. In confessional, Courtney goes, I'm just kind of bored. It's like, I just wish we would do something fun. Like maybe we push each other in the pool or something. I don't know, just do something. And it's like, okay, well then push him in the pool. Like, why does he have to do the push you in the pool? Why don't you push him in the pool? Like,
well, because she thinks he's boring.
Well, I guess
like she doesn't want to have to make him more fun, but she's also kind of making it seem like he's like Henry from like New Orleans.
Yeah,
like y'all could be talking and conversing something.
You also have some agency here. You could be more fun. You know, and meanwhile she's calling Nick boring, and then Nick is in his confession like, oh, you know, she's got this red bikini on. It's great, really loving this. And you know, they have a little conversation at the pool. She talks about how rigid she has been in the past. She's just recently started having fast food, and she starts talking about the fact that, you know, she didn't think her parents put pressure on her, but she really wanted to impress her parents. Like, that was really important to her. That's why she does all things that she does. And so Nick tries to relate. He's like, yeah, I can kind of get that. You know, I was I like computer science, but I feel like I had to do it to impress my parents and make them proud of me. He talks about the fact that, you know, when he was a lot younger, he was like into more fun stuff like the school plays and all this stuff. She tries to cut in. She's like, why'd you stop doing that? He ignores her and just he's like, I had a thing prepared and I wasn't done yet. Let me finish my script and then you can speak. Like, he's just totally
finish my lines. It's not time for yours.
Yeah, like after I finish, then give me a breath and you can speak. Okay, like it was so. And he's done this before. He's either interrupted her while speaking and like trying to like put in his own thing, or just ignores her while she's trying to ask questions and just keeps saying what he's saying. And you know, so that was weird. And so she again in confessional saying that something's missing. There's something off here. Like, it's not really hitting for me. And then we have this moment where Nick is in his little confessional moment. He's like, has his eyes closed. I didn't know what he was doing. I was like, is he meditating? Is he trying to nap? And then we hear producers say, all right, Nick, so how are things going? And then you kind of just see him turn on. He's just like, entertainment, Nicholas, activated. Yeah. It's like, like, things are going way better than I expected. I'm like, are they?
What?
Like, really? It's like, oh, time to shine, Nick. Time to shine.
That actually was... That was terrifying.
It was disturbing.
It showed like, okay, I just turned it on. Like, when I'm ready for my confessionals, I turn it on. This is something, I'm not new to this. You know, I'm getting my nap in while I'm away from Courtney. It's like this, and obviously they are, you know, feeding into this, but it's making it seem like this is a show, not this is real life. Like, this has to be different than The Circle and Perfect Match and Battle Camp. Like, this is not a full-blown production where, okay, when the cameras are away, you're off, you know? Yeah. Like, and literally that's what it was showing. It was like he had to power up.
And I mean, this is the first time Nick is in a situation where he's one-on-one with one person. Like, all of his other shows, he's you know, had different people to go talk to, different people to go hang out with, be entertaining with. Now he just has Courtney, who's not really giving him a lot of energy in exchange. She's just kind of like, I'm just working with this one person, and she's not really giving me much. And I have to kind of like, it almost was just like he had his eyes closed, like, how do I deal with this? Like, how, like, it's almost like he's trying to like think of like, how do I get out of this? How do I make this fun? How do I make this entertaining? And then there's like, Nick, how's your marriage? She's like, things are great.
It's amazing.
It's awesome. It's like, tell your face. So then we get them at the kind of group hangout, and Nick, of course, in the confessional is like, I can't wait to get here and start judging people. I can't wait to see who's doing well and who's not doing good. We get to the group hangout, and like, Felipe is like, Courtney is like really bonding with Felipe. Like, Felipe is giving her like all this like, he's just being Felipe. He's being like very gregarious, very like talkative. He's talking, and she's really like returning his energy. I was like, uh-oh, like,
I'm telling you, these moments made me feel like I was watching Love is Blind again. Like, oh, do we have to watch out for these two?
Well, listen, I mean, of course, when you think of David and Madison, like, we about to hit the gym or something. What's going on? And so in confessional, Courtney's like, I really like Felipe. He's just really goofy. He's really energetic. Like, I really, really like that energy. Like, and I really, really want that with Nick. And I'm not really getting it. And so her and the girls, they get together. They all start talking about how intimate they're getting or not getting. And so Courtney's really happy to hear that no one else is getting into it either. She's like, oh my God, thank God.
Woo.
I'm so happy that you guys are getting into it either. Because but she goes overboard as if like, I'm glad you all hate your men too. They're like,
right?
We don't hate our men. We just
like actually like him.
Yeah, we just haven't had sex yet. We like them. It's like, oh, like, I hate my guy. Like she just spends the rest of the night basically telling anyone that will listen how much she doesn't like Nick. And she's saying these really cringy things of like, I want to kill myself. I want to shoot myself in the head when I'm with Nick. Like that's how much I don't want to be around him and don't want to be talking to him. It's like
I was like, if they're together today, how does he watch this and like not be like, whoa?
Because
it was it was a terrible stuff.
It's intense, and she says it more than once of like she wants to shoot herself in the head. And I think, and I knowing Courtney to this point, I don't think she realizes that's not really great expression anymore. Like people don't really run around saying that type of stuff anymore.
Yeah, like that's
it's
cringy.
Yeah. For the person that didn't know about RuPaul's Drag Race, it doesn't surprise me that she still thinks this is an acceptable moniker to use.
Right. That's what. I feel. Yeah. I hope all of her language isn't that way, where she's still using a lot of things that people don't say these days.
Yeah, and so she's busy telling Kaitlyn how much she cannot stand Nick. She can't stand being around him. She wants to. She's like, I'm just laying in bed waiting for my alarm to go off so I can get away from him. And as she's saying this, Nick sidles up next to me. He's like, hey, how are things going, guys? She's like, great, love it, great. I was just telling Kaitlyn here how awesome you are. It's like he literally interrupted her, telling Kaitlyn how terrible it is to be around him. The next day, Courtney again talks about him wanting to cuddle her, and she just wasn't into it. This is more like a continuation of the night. Nick talks to the bros about the struggles. She's just very standoffish. In a confession, he's admitting he doesn't feel the sparks. He's seeing signs of the friend zone, but he's trying to get out of there, and he knows he needs to initiate. He thinks the course correct is to initiate more. It's like, actually, to initiate less, my guy.
It's like the reality is setting in because like you can't feel as strongly as she feels without that coming off in your body language around him. And so he's starting to notice, but he does not know how bad it is.
Yes. So we get to the next day and they are on a boat date. And this is where kind of everything comes out. And, Courtney kind of tells him like, listen, I'm a slow burn. Like, you were trying to cuddle me the other night and I just wasn't into it. That's not where I am. Like she says she's not a mushy, gushy person. She just wants to be a little more goofy and more playful. And she gets really emotional because you can tell she's not used. She even says like she's not used to expressing herself in this way. She's used to putting other people before her. So it was really hard for her to say these things to him out loud because she doesn't want to disappoint him or upset him because she wants him to have what he wants, but she feels like she's not giving that to him. It was like, oh wow, this is kind of like a breakthrough for her of like she's finally able, and it makes sense of why she's telling everyone but Nick how she's feeling about their physical intimacy level.
Exactly. Which is why you don't go around saying all this negative stuff like that. Like now the other girls have like a certain perception of your relationship and it doesn't give you that room to have these breakthroughs. Because imagine the next get together and she's like, yeah, me and Nick are great. Kaitlyn's gonna be like, wait, what? You hate him.
You literally couldn't stand him the other day. What is this?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, she just wants him to be more playful and more goofy with her because, she feels like he's been really serious. And he's like, yeah, I know. I want to be that goofy person. But it's still very awkward. We're still new to this. So I wasn't sure what level of goofy I could be with you. He assures her that he is goofy. I'm definitely goofy. If you'd seen my seasonal circle, I was goofy. And she even says, I like the other day, I just wish you would throw me in the pool. Of like, how would he know that you want him to throw you in the pool?
Why did you throw me in the pool?
Yeah, it's so specific.
Yeah.
So then they bring up like, okay, so you've done a bunch of reality shows. Like, what's up with that? He's like, well, honestly, I've wanted to be married for the last 3 years. I swear. And like, I just thought like, going on reality TV might help that. He's like, but I assure you, like, if I could do this with no cameras, I would. It's like, come on, Nick. Come on. So by the end of this conversation, they really seem to get to an understanding of like, they need to just kind of feel each other out more and kind of I think she communicated to him in a great way of like tone back the physical intimacy part of it. I'm not there yet, which is, I think she did a good job of that. So he's more into her level set now where she's at. So it's about being friends first.
Yeah.
They talk about going home. They talk a little bit about what they want to do when they go home. He talks about the fact that he sometimes has a resting bitch face when he doesn't know what she's talking about. They have it's a nice little bonding moment, and they talk about from the boat date to this, which was like from one scene to the next, they seem to have gotten like into a really, really good place where they're like really being cool with each other.
They needed that desperately because it was just they were just heading in an entirely wrong direction. Like him just thinking they're in the friend zone and her like despising him, not even thinking like I just want to be away from him. That's not even friend level. That's like I can't stand this person because he's so boring and there's nothing for me here. And so it felt like, okay, y'all needed that one way or another, even if it's just to be friends.
A come to Jesus meeting of like where we're at, where we need to go, what we need to do. So we get back home and they're our first couple to get an expert session. And I was really happy to see that we're getting one-on-one meetings with the experts and not like not just group therapy sessions. I think it's really important that they're able to like express themselves with no other couples around.
Yes.
They sit with Dr. Lisa. They talk about the hurdles they faced. When Dr. Lisa asks them like, so how are things going? They both kind of say like, hey, I think it's going good. Like it's going good. Like we find each other attractive. We found common interests. So things are getting good. Things are getting great. Talk about intimacy. He said there hasn't really been anything. There's been nothing. He still isn't really sure if she's attracted to him. And she does say that she is. Okay.
Which I thought was interesting. That didn't even come up on the boat. Like in just talking about where they are at, like that didn't even come up. So that it kind of shines a light on like they do have multiple, I mean, as if we didn't already know, but they have multiple issues.
Well, I think probably Nick in that conversation is just like, I don't want to push more than I need to right now. So I'm just kind of leave that for later. So she does confirm.
Like, and another thing.
I know you don't want me to touch you, but do you at least find me hot? Like, you know,
right.
So it's like they get to this extra session. You know, she confirms she finds her attractive. You know, he wasn't sure that if she was getting the ick or not or whatever, what was happening. She says he's still kind of a stranger, so she's not used to being physical with a stranger. It's going to take her a minute, which is totally normal, totally acceptable.
Yeah,
but I think communication is the key there. Like, you shouldn't be cringed the whole night with him cuddling you. When he starts cuddling you, just say, "Hey, I don't think I'm there yet. Can we just like pause the cuddling a bit?" Like, don't suffer in silence, you know, if you don't have to. It's not as if you couldn't. It's not as if Nick is someone that you couldn't talk to about that. He seems open to it, so it's like just don't suffer in silence, which I think is hard for her. I think she's used to suffering in silence.
Yeah.
So Dr. Lee says, so are there any turnoffs at all? She does not like the fact that he isn't quote unquote handy because he couldn't work a Keurig machine. I was like, okay, fine.
Right.
He has no turnoffs. Everything's great for him. He just wants her to like be a little more flirty, like a little more flirty warmth is what he calls it. She gets like, well, I mean, that doesn't really come easy to me. It's not, I don't want to go all in. And again, he's not asking to do things like he doesn't need to cuddle at night. He just wants some, surface level flirting, hand holding, something like that. And Dr. Lisa, which I think we've heard this before from other experts of like, don't put too much pressure on it. Just some light affection is a good place to go, and just know that Nick is not trying to lead it to more than what it is. And so, I mean, this isn't anything like, crazy from Dr. Lisa. Yeah, earth shattering. Yeah. We've heard this type of thing before from the different experts, but it is good advice to be like, just know that he's not looking for more. He just wants the start at the base level of affection. And I think getting on each other's same page is extremely important in that type of thing, because that's where that was their whole issue on the honeymoon, is they weren't on the same page.
Right.
Getting on that same page is important. I think, luckily, hopefully, that's where they're at now.
Yeah.
Where are we at with ratings?
So last week we were, I was at a 3, you were at a 2. So.
I'll up it to a 3. I feel better about them after the drop was over, so I'll put them at kind of a neutral spot.
Yeah, halfway through this batch, I was ready to put him down with the way she was acting. But the fact that they have made a little bit of progress, it doesn't feel like ingenuine on her part. Like I do think that she actually is willing to kind of hear him out and see if he can actually show that fun side of himself and be more fun. Because that was her whole issue, was being bored. Like, I think if he can show that he is a fun guy, like Kawhi Leonard. Oh, you don't know NBA.
I mean, I know Kawhi Leonard.
But do you remember that? Do you know that interview? He's like, I'm a fun guy.
Oh,
He's
no,
like,
I do not.
Not. And so, anywho, yeah, I think if he can show that side of him, there is hope a little bit, because she does think he's attractive. Yeah. So I'm gonna maintain my 3 though.
Yeah, I think it's going to take her a long time to kind of thaw, right? Because she kind of starts as kind of like, she's bunched up, she's cold. It just takes her a minute to like loosen up and get comfortable. Same thing with him. It's not like he was a barrel of laughs. He was also kind of awkward and standoffish a little bit.
Yeah. So let's talk about Belle Jolie and Mecca. All right.
I think Felipe was next. No?
Oh, Felipe and Tori, actually. Yeah, let's talk about Felipe. I'm so excited to talk about Belle Jolie and Mecca, because Mecca says so much. So we have so much to talk about in terms of all the things that he's feeling. But yeah, let's talk about Felipe and Tori first. So these two, they're going along swimmingly. I mean, it's, to my surprise, I thought there was going to be more conflict with this couple, but
for Felipe's part, he's trying to tank it. It's just Tori's just not like.
She's like, no, I'm not feeding into that.
That's cool. Yeah, no flags at all.
So we learned that it's the night after the wedding. She fell asleep immediately. They did not have sex. They just had some pillow talking, and they're both impressed with the experts. He does admit that he has a slight fear of commitment, but because they're already married, he can just focus on her and just focus on making it work. Like, that doesn't force you to be committed.
No, that strategy almost never works, my guy.
Yeah. So they're eating, and here is their first roadblock. We learn that she's Christian and he is an atheist.
The way that he introduced this was interesting. He's like, so we got a problem here. Like, I need to know about religion. What's going on? She's like, all right, I'm Christian. He goes, my whole family's Catholic. Like, I was like, okay. I was like, all right, like, Christian and Catholic. Yes, I mean, different, but also kind of samey a little bit. Fine. There'll be a little bit of adjustment, but it's all right. And he's like, but all my family's Catholic, but I'm atheist. I don't believe in none of that you believe in. They're like, oh, yeah, okay, all right. That's
so it's like, quite naturally she's gonna think about, okay, so how does that affect our kids? Because that's usually something that you have to think about if you have different faiths or lack thereof. And so she's like, what do you think about our children being baptized? He's like, well, to me, it's just a baby going in the water. He's like, but if it's a big deal to you, it's a big deal to me. You're like, that sounds like lip service.
Yeah,
Felipe.
Yeah, not quite. So when your wife Tori is over here like teaching your children about God and about the Bible and about like how to lead your life in accordance to God, you're not going to be over here like making noise. You're just going to be like, yep, totally, whatever your mom said. What is like, if it's a big deal to you, it's a big deal to me. It's like, no,
you just said you don't believe.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, I care about what you care about. Okay. So
it's not a TV show, it's a religion. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, she did talk about how she has been cheated on before. And he brings up how she's like, and I'm sure like you get hit on all the time. He's like, yeah, I get hit on all the time at the restaurant.
Wow.
So he, perfect opportunity. He says, I'm gonna be transparent. I've cheated before with my long-term girlfriend. I made out with a girl. I actually didn't even know it happened. And my ex-girlfriend didn't even find out it happened until after we broke up. He's like, I was so ashamed. I blocked it out. And I didn't even remember until 2 years later.
That sounds like the stupidest excuse ever. And I'm like, so we learned here, like, it was just a makeout. Probably more than likely a drunken blackout makeout. If he quote unquote forgot. Was it necessary to be fully like upfront about this particular thing? It's not as if he carried out like this big affair or something.
That's still cheating though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree.
Like, even if it meant nothing, it still happened. Because, like, let's say they're together and he goes and has a drunken makeout.
Sure.
It's not like he wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, you would hope.
You would hope. So yeah, definitely. Full disclosure is important at this point for every and every. So yeah, I agree.
But the alarming thing was him saying, like, he hasn't had a committed relationship until now. I'm like, what was that long-term girlfriend then?
Right. That wasn't committed. I mean, I guess not, because you decided to cheat on her, but okay.
Yeah. The editors had a little bit of fun with them. So
can I go back to real quick?
Yes.
Because she goes, well, do you think at this stage of your life, is it difficult for you to be loyal? It goes, no. like with a bunch of question marks. He's like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can be loyal. This is my friend. This is not instilling confidence, my man. But I mean, Tori's just like, okay. She takes all of this in stride. Like, we don't even get a confession of like, this is worrisome. This is that. She's just like, okay. It's like, all right.
Yeah. So yeah, the editors had some fun, and you hear Felipe moaning, and they're taking the camera into the hotel room. We're going to the bed, and it looks at an empty bed, and then cuts to Felipe and Tori eating.
What a knee slapper.
They're so funny.
Let me do this style of Felipe.
Right.
I love Felipe because he reminds me of my favorite Muppet, Ernie from Sesame Street.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, so they talk more about the whole situation about her ex cheating. Basically, it was a situation where her ex dropped her off, or she dropped her ex off at the airport. She got a "Hey girl" text, and from the girl that he was cheating on Tori with. And Tori basically, moved all her stuff out and was gone before she got a U-Haul. She said, once a cheater, always a cheater. And Felipe was like, whoa, please don't say that.
Yikes. Was this common parlance, a "hey girly" message? Is that okay.
That's been for years. Because I got a "hey girl" text in college, and I remember calling it that. I was like, I got a "hey girl, I saw you hard launch so and so. I was just with him. So I don't know how long it's been going on."
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a thing. As much as girls hate to receive a "hey girly" text or message, it's needed, right? Because if they're not getting a "hey girly" message, then they may not ever know.
They would never know. Yeah.
So anyway, we had the group happy hour, and Felipe was having so much fun. Like he was like so happy that he's like, Dua Lipa is my celebrity crush. So like he hit it out the water. He said Mecca and Beljolie are so sexy together. He was having a great time.
Felipe, I feel like he's in his natural environment. He's like working the room. Yes. I feel like there's a restaurant. He goes around, talks to all of his customers of like, hey, how are you guys doing? Blah, blah, blah. So he was in his natural element.
Yeah. We did get a confessional from Felipe how he has the least faith in Nick and Courtney because of Nick's past.
And I kind of loved the reversal here of at the bachelor party, Nick was talking all this crap about how Felipe wasn't going to have a successful marriage. And now look at us. Felipe's got one of the better marriages and Nick's over here struggling and his girl doesn't even want to be around him.
Very good point. That's it. Yeah. So, let's see. We didn't even get another segment with Felipe and Tori until after everybody in the group went to the pool. Even then, Felipe was just kind of helping out. Like Nick was like, "Oh, you want your girl to be all over you, right?" Like he's just being a good like friend or co-man in this experience.
Co-man.
Yeah. So let's see, with Felipe and Tori, so they had dinner, and this was still at the honeymoon, like towards the end of the honeymoon. He got her some roses. He tells her living together is not going to be easy. Okay, he's on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being spotless, 10 being a hoarder. I'm a 5. She's like, what? Why? What's a 5?
Why 5?
Right. Like that's a little high. Like if 10 is a hoarder, 5 is a little concerning.
That's like in the middle. Like I feel like, I don't know. I'm not where you want him to be, like at a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he thought by putting it in the middle, he thought it was okay. But I think if you're going from spotless to hoarder, like each level up you go towards hoarder is like even a worse degree of things.
Yeah. We do find out that like she wants at least 2 children, and he's like, with my children, like they're gonna know they're gonna know multiple languages. He was like, I know 3, so they're gonna know multiple languages. And he does see himself falling for her. So that's a good thing.
Great. Yeah.
They move into their apartment. We find out they still haven't had sex yet. She used to work in like wine PR. So like they go to a winery and they're drinking wine and just kind of getting to know each other more, which is good because that's what I really wanted to see was them have a level of depth. Like I was like, I know he's attracted to her. I know she's attracted to him. So she shares how like her mom had cancer last year and like, she's so used to dealing with stuff on her own. He's like, oh my God, are you okay?
Oh, baby, was it hard for you, baby? I was like, yeah. I imagine it was, Felipe.
He's like, if I heard that, I would be in shambles. But I like that he was listening. Like he didn't brush past it. He acknowledged her feelings about it and even tried to be like, you could have felt more if you needed to.
Yeah.
So she also shares that like she makes charcuterie boards and has an IG called Charcuties. She's like so many followers, like 37. All 37 of my followers.
37 whole people. Look at this thing.
Yeah. So her dog moves in. So we see the dog moving to the apartment and we get this camera shot of the apartment and they're making out. And then it showed like they're making out, things progress. They go to the bedroom. Then we get 2 hours later and she has grabbed a pillow and has gone to the couch. And we find out they did have sex. But she got this strong dose of flight and she just wasn't ready for this high dose of vulnerability. So like at this point, and then she goes to sleep on the couch.
Yeah. And, she talked about this, in the earlier thing, shocked by the fact she keeps things to herself. She doesn't really, let people in what she's thinking or feeling. And I imagine this is probably like similar to that, where like Felipe is probably like, in the post-coital, glow, maybe sleep. And she like ditched out on him, like, and to go sleep on the couch, which is like, and she talked several times in the drop about how, they were going to get there when they were going to get there, when she felt it was right for them to get there. And I don't know if they were trying to like, because we saw the progression of their like making out right beforehand.
Yeah.
This very disturbing vision of Felipe with his like his butt in the air as he's like making out with her, which is weird. So I just kind of wonder if she maybe wasn't ready, but kind of went with it because she could probably tell us what Felipe wanted at the moment. Like, and she wasn't.
We got that confessional from him. Like, I love love. Like he's so infatuated with her at this point that it's like he was there
Yeah.
And she could probably sense that, like you're saying, is like, he's so there.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that she's communicating enough that she doesn't want to go there yet. So she may have just gone there with him to like make him feel good, make him, because he wants that. And she made sure to tell us it's not anything he did. He did nothing wrong. I just don't think it's her communicating enough where she didn't want to go there yet, but she went there because he wanted to go there. I think maybe that's where we're at from what I was reading from her. After the moment, she felt like, you know, she needed to like get out and just kind of breathe.
Right. Yeah. So that was it from Felipe and Tori, right? Yes. Mm-hmm. So last week we were at 4s with them.
Boy, you know, I see no reason to not up to a 5 for me. I feel like Tori is on a similar trajectory to Marissa. I feel like they're both really easygoing. They're both really like, and you know, we kind of slammed them for saying this in the first drop, but then when experts are like, Felipe is going to be the lead singer, she's going to be the guitarist. Mm-hmm. I think Tori might like that. I kind of think Tori's okay with that. It's like there was a moment where they were in a joint confessional, and like Felipe is talking, she's literally like just looking at him talk, or just being like in awe of him talking. I'm just like, maybe that's kind of what she wants. Maybe that's kind of what she's okay with. She doesn't mind being that guitarist, you know, that support to the lead singer. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him a 5.
Oh wow. Okay. I was at a 5 until that last scene. I do think that Felipe can handle it well in the morning, understanding like where she is emotionally, but we'll know when we see it, right? Because now they've like reached this new level of vulnerability. It'll be very interesting to see what the reception is going to be, that like she needed to go sleep on the couch, and is this going to affect their physical intimacy moving forward? Because now Felipe is probably like, yes, we've crossed that threshold. Now this is a part of our relationship. And Tori may be in a, hey, let's put a pause on this for a while situation until we've like gotten deeper into like our emotional intimacy. So because of that, I'm going to maintain my 4.
Okay. Makes sense.
All right. Where are we headed next?
Let's go to Belgely and Mecca. Boy, at the very start, we get a problem. They're kicking it literally after, you know, the day after the honeymoon, not day after the wedding, sorry. Basically, you know, there's like, hey, you know what? It's like hanging out with you is like hanging out with my best friend. I'm like, oh no, here we go. And you know, Belle tries to take it in stride. She's like, yeah, you know, I always said I wanted my husband to be like my best friend. So yeah, we just got to make sure it's progressing, right? It's like, yeah.
But the worst part about him even saying it's like hanging out with my best friend is him going, hey girl, spilling tea. Mm-hmm. Like that, you went deep into best friend territory, not just my partner is my best friend.
Yes. So we get to the honeymoon, and they're at the pool. We talk about, you know, our bond is great. We can only get stronger from here. Belle lets us know they haven't been intimate yet. She doesn't want to be the one to initiate, but wants to be clear where they are and where she is with it. And so she's kind of like, she's trying to feel him out. She's like, so you think we're doing good, right? You think we're on a good track? He's like, yeah. I think we're handling things better than most, I think we're okay. I think we're good. It's like, okay, all right. She's like, you plan on leaving me? He's like, he does the thing where he's like, oh, no, what do you mean? No. She's like, all right,
never.
Well, yeah. She's like, well, let's let you know, I ain't chasing no man. So if you leave, you leave. Ha, 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 ha. We do get like a little like vignette of like a diary cam, and he does call her gorgeous in a diary cam as she's like bringing out his clothes or something. I was like, okay, any little morsel of how I think he might feel about her is important.
Yes.
So I was like, okay,
since at least he's not being open about it,
right? So I'm like, at least we're hearing him say she's gorgeous. So I was like, oh, that's important here. So they're on a boat date. They're chilling, you know, on the boat. She says, you know, she really likes the friendship part of their relationship, but wants to know if he feels they are too much in the friend zone. He kind of starts to avoid it. He's just like, I mean, you know, it's just our friendship is so strong. Like this is what we're that's where we are right now. It's like, oh man.
No.
She's like, but yeah, it's great and everything. But at what point do we make the switch? She says, I welcome that part. I question what the boundaries are, and I do want you like to kind of lead that, like just so you know, you have the go ahead.
The door is open.
The door's open. You've got the green light. I am down to clown. I am here for you to give me more than what you're giving me now. It's she doesn't want to initiate, but this is her going right up to the door of initiation. Like,
right. Like she doesn't want to be the one kickstarting their, like, what physical intimacy is going to look like for them, even if it's just like the flirting or like the hand holding, but he's not making it easy because she doesn't even know if he is welcoming that. Like she doesn't know, okay, does he want to do this, or am I, putting something on him that he's not really feeling?
Yeah. And it's obvious she's like, without saying, she's like, you're moving too slow. Like we need to.
Yes, exactly. Move. Yeah.
So, and the fact that he does not really give her anything in return is concerning.
Yes. And I don't know do you think this is like immaturity or just a lack of attraction?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a lack of attraction, to be honest. And so when they are with the group, they tell a little bit of a story to each other's genders, like, hey, good news, guys. We had a little bit of a makeout the other day or today, whatever this was. They tell a story of like we were like half on the couch or whatever. She started kissing. He makes sure to tell people she started kissing me. Mm-hmm. Then I started kissing her. Then we had a little bit of a makeout. It's like, okay, hey, good to know that we're getting some kissing going on. She tells the girl she is catching feelings. That kiss was 10 out of 10 for her, but she isn't sure he feels the same. I said in my notes, neither do we.
Right, exactly.
Because he doesn't really say anything about it. He tells the guys about it, but he does not give any indication of like, was that great for him? Was it good? Like, how is he feeling about it? We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
After they get home from the get together, they're like, he starts to say, I like how we really maneuvered in the group outing. You're like, and you over here look like a stick of cinnamon. I was like, okay, I think that's good. I think
we like cinnamon around here.
Yeah. That's good. So the next day, there's another group get together by the pool, and he talks to Nick, and Nick's like, how's it going, man? Like, have you had any like problems yet? He's like, Mecca says, I think I might be the problem. I'm not being assertive enough. I'm not being aggressive enough in the intimacy that she wants. So I think I might be the problem. I was like, okay, at least we got some self-awareness. And confessionally, he says, he doesn't want to look thirsty, and he doesn't want to mess things up. I said,
bro, this is your wife.
Right. You're not looking thirsty. She's wanting to pour herself into you. Literally, she's giving you the green light. It's not thirsty. Yes. It's just, it's what, if you want to do it, she's already told you she wants to do it. I just feel like this is more of him deflecting. Like giving excuses and reason why he's not going ahead with this.
And that's why I asked about immaturity, because that comment feels immature. Like, you don't want to look thirsty with your wife and showing her you care about her.
Yeah.
If you wanted to show you cared about her.
Yeah, it's a good point. Belle talks to the girls about not wanting to be too clingy, but she's still wondering, is he attracted to her? Like, she thinks he is, but she's not sure because he won't vocalize it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
The next day, she brings him breakfast. She's like, so, what are we gonna do today? And she like lets him know, like, he talks about how great it is to be with her, how easy this is all coming to him, and like, he does talk about the fact that they're getting more physical. He's like, patting her on the butt. I was like, okay, so we're getting some progression. Okay, I'm liking this.
Yeah.
Until it all comes crashing down.
Exactly.
She feels like they're in a good space, so she vocalized that to him, and he is the one to bring up. But do you think one of us is more attracted to the other than the other? Now, when we saw this in the preview, I was thinking like, I guess it's probably something that she brings up, and he says
same. I thought that too.
Yeah, but the fact that he's the one to introduce this topic is maybe his way of being like, I need you to back up. I need you to back off a little bit.
And do you think you may be too attracted to me?
But it's like that's like what he said. Like, do you think one of us is more attracted than the other person? Do you think that might be it? He's like, because honestly, I think you're probably more attracted to me than I am to you. Like, ooh.
That was not what I thought he would say. Like you just don't think people would admit to that.
No,
just so nonchalantly. Like it was as if he said a positive thing.
Right.
Like he didn't say it like he was dropping a bomb.
Right.
He said it like, oh, I think you're more attractive than I am.
Yeah, and like you would think he would have been pushed to that, but he freely gives that. He's just like you said, it's as if it's nothing.
Yeah.
And to make it even worse, he gives percentages. You never give percentages. You never give numbers. He's like, honestly, I think probably if I was to put a percentage on it, you're like 150% attracted to me, and I'm like 80% attracted to you. It's like, oh. And she rightfully is just like, what? Like, huh? 150 to 80. He's like, you're right. That's not realistic. Let me break it down like this. You're at an 80 and I'm at a 60. He's like, that's not better.
Worse.
That's not better at all. He's like, you're at an 80 out of 100. And I'm at a 60 out of 100. Like, yes, we understand. You at first gave ridiculous percentage, but now you're bringing it back down to real percentages. So yes, that doesn't make it any better, Mecca. Not at all. And so in confessional, Belgelie's like, okay, all right. She's freaked out, like rightfully so. She's like, this lets me know that I need to dial it all the way back. She's like, I don't got time to be looking crazy out here, looking like I'm chasing this man. So she wanted, and she's like, I don't want to be looking like I am the thirsty one. So I'm going to take a huge step back.
Which I don't blame her, but it is also so disappointing because she's so there. She's so excited. She's like, was fully giving herself to the experience and now learning, okay, my partner may not be as attracted to me as I thought he was. Now that's a new hurdle. Like, besides just, oh, this is a new relationship. Let's see where it goes. What's happening. Now you got to deal with attraction.
And it's hurtful, right? There's no good way to bring that up. I think if you want to do that, maybe say, hey, I'm not there with the affection level yet. Give it time before you start saying things like, you're more attracted to me than I am to you. That's a major hit to the ego.
Yeah.
That's hard to bounce back from. I think you could have done it with a lot more tact.
Yes.
A lot more graceful.
Like, understand how she's about to receive what you're going to say. And he just said it's so flippant.
Yeah, as if they're still in just like best friend Kiki mode, as if he's talking about somebody else. As if he's not talking about her, as if he's talking about some girl he went out with. Like, yeah, I feel like she's more attractive. Like, you're saying this to the person that is in the relationship with you. So it was very cringy. So it probably even worse than we thought from the previews. Like, oh, this is like not even what I thought it was going to be. It was worse. So they're back home. They leave the honeymoon. They're back home and we get a shot of him at work. He's like working early morning, cleaning porta potties. It's like gotta make the donuts. So then we see them at home and they're like making something. They're making dinner or something. He's making dinner for her. It looks like they're having a good time. And they kind of start talking about previous relationships. He talks about a girl he dated. It was after, like, it was during college, I think, and it got serious, but she moved away. She talks about the fact that she is a hopeless romantic. She really wants that fairy tale love. And that's what she's really looking for. They then start talking about how they relate on a family level. She tells him about her history with her dad, about how, she didn't meet her dad till she was 20. And then when she met him, he wanted a DNA test immediately. And it's funny how she tells it. She's like, he and my mom got together. She got pregnant. She told him that he didn't need to do anything. And what was his response? That's so gracious. That's so good of you. Thanks. Bye. Basically, and just never talk to them again. And then she basically says that history repeated itself because when she met him as her father, she's like, hey, I just want you to know There's no ill will. I harbor nothing negative towards you. I don't even want to know why you weren't there. I just want to move forward. He's like, that's so considerate. Thank you so much. And then just ghosted her, basically. Didn't talk to her again. We're just like, this guy's scum. He's terrible. And he can kind of relate because he talks about the fact that, he didn't see his mom. He went 16 years without seeing his mom, and then met her when he was 21 years old. And so they both kind of got daddy and mommy issues. He jokes about the fact it's like, yeah, I asked for a girl daddy issue, so I'm glad they gave me you. It's like,
oh gosh.
So that's kind of where they're at. Let's do some ratings here. Where were we at last week?
Yeah, last week we both were at a 3.
Oof. I'm gonna bring it down to a 2 because I just the lack of attraction to start out with is never a good starting point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's actually very alarming because we see it obviously with Sean and Nikki. And I guess that maybe the only other couple that we're dealing with just flat out like lack of attraction. Like I think even the other couples, there's attraction there, but there's other issues. Yeah. So because of that, and like kind of because of his lack of vulnerability, like he's open talking about himself, but in terms of their relationship and just kind of his hopes for their progression, like we don't know anything about that. And so, yes, I do think it's going to be very eye-opening when they talk to the experts, and maybe even get into the group therapy session, which I'm really excited to see how that goes down. But for now, I'm going to move them down to a 2 as well.
Yeah, I can't wait till he's kind of pressed a little bit about the relationship to see like where he's at, because she's scared to really press him too hard. But Dr. Lisa and Paul ain't gonna be scared to press him. So I'm curious to see where that's gonna go and how he's gonna try to deflect and get out of it. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Exactly. All right, let's go to our last couple, who they're off to a rocky start as well, in a different way. We got Devin and Kaitlyn. Yeah. So they are the morning after the wedding night, they wake up, they're holding hands. We find out they have similar sleeping styles. They were really touchy last night, but they didn't consummate. But we do find out he's a very physical, intimate person.
Yeah.
And so she does acknowledge she was very touchy at the wedding, and she's more of a slow burn. We do have a dinner with them where they just talk about how like they're, very close to their families. Her and her dad are very similar apparently. And she said she would die for her parents.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have a little date where they're like jumping off of like a cliff situation. It kind of seems like a cenote. We always get a cenote.
Yeah, I was about to say it's giving cenote,
Right. It's so funny because like when me and Sarah went on a cruise last year for my birthday, we really wanted to do a cenote excursion, but we didn't end up doing it. We ended up doing like a cooking class instead. But I was like, I literally wanted to just do it for the bit, just to say I've been to a cenote.
I've been to a cenote. I'm surprised you haven't.
Well, I think the only reason we didn't do it is we didn't sign up in time, and that excursion ended up filling up.
Gotcha.
So they're jumping into water, they're eating fruit, and so they're getting to know more about each other. So she said she's had 2 relationships, both 4 years each. And all of his relationships have been like a year and a half. And so they're just kind of, they're not just casual conversation, but we get a confessional from him saying he feels the vibe is very standoffish.
Yeah, I mean, she also kind of tells him like, I'm kind of more of a black cat energy person, and you're more of a golden retriever energy person. Like, it's giving like, like that's kind of raising an alarm a little bit of like, black cat energy is like a little standoffish, like don't touch me. You got a black cat right there,
right?
If I want to be touched is when I want to be touched. Right. If I don't want to be touched, I don't want to be touched.
Right.
And golden retriever is just like all over the place, always wanting love, always wanting affection. So that's like a very dangerous combination.
You don't just see golden retrievers and black cats playing all the time.
True, very true.
Right. But it was funny how she pointed out how he chews. She's like, you chew a lot.
Yeah.
He was like, he was like, I'm trying to get it all chew. He's like, it's good for your digestion. Yeah. And so they're going to bed, and it was a very awkward scene, but I understand why they included it because it was relevant to the next day. But I was like, what is this? Because it was kind of like, he was like, all right, well, he was like, will you wake me up in the morning? Or he's like, he asked her to asked her to wake him up in the morning, and then they go to bed. Well, the next morning she goes to the gym by herself, and we find out the alarm went off. And he woke up and was like, hey, where is she? And he's now having feelings of like, dang, I just want to feel wanted. And he's like, we talked about it, that she was going to wake me up. But her version of things, when we later found out, was that she woke up, he looked at her, and then went back to sleep. And so she figured, hey, I'm going to just go by myself then.
Yeah, which is like, it tracks with her wanting to be alone. She's like, hey, I tried. You looked at me. And so,
right, that was her trying. Yeah,
I was good. Like I thought we were good. Then she's like, it's also she's like, I tried to wake you up. Like flashback
like,
to yeah, hey, I'm going to the gym. You told me to wake you up. This is me waking you up. Oh, you're not waking up. Oh, I guess I'll go by myself. Oh
oopsies.
No, terrible.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. So Devin is a little hurt by this. A lot of hurt by this. But he doesn't bring up this incident before they go hang out with the others. And he asks her, he's like, hey, you want a shot? You want a shot? She's like, no, I don't want a shot. He's like, all right, fine. I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you alone. They go hang out with the other couples at the happy hour. And kind of, they get to see how other couples are with each other. And so Devin is like, he tells the guys he's noticed that she likes a lot of her alone time. And then Kaitlyn, she brings up the black cat golden retriever energy stuff, but doesn't really share much else.
I mean, she finds a compatriot in Courtney who loves to tell her that she hates Nick. And it's like, I think we're on. I think you think we're relating here, but we're not really. Like, I like my guy. You hate your guy. Like I just don't. I'm not into being affectionate. You just don't seem to really like your guy.
Exactly. And Kaitlyn or Devin had a confessional where he was like, I really hope Kaitlyn hears and sees how the other women are in their couples, because hopefully it gives her motivation that she needs.
Interesting. Because he in 1 minute says, I'm reassured that the other couples haven't gotten intimate yet, besides Adam and Marissa, apparently.
Yeah.
And then in the next breath, he's like, I hope Kaitlyn gets a better understanding of what I need when she hears about the other couples. I'm like, what? Doesn't make any sense.
Well, I don't even think it's a matter of like, he's not even asking for sex. I think he's saying like, at least he can see like, because on his side of things, he's seeing how much the guys like the women, right? And maybe like they're at a point of like arm around each other, holding hands. Yeah. I think he more so wants to, he's like hoping the women are talking about how fond they are of their husbands, and that she can start to be that way a little bit.
Yeah. And she's not there.
Not at all. So they're back at the hotel, and they, he tells her she's independent. He feels like she's pulling away. He brings up the gym incident, and she's like, look, I need that separation to recharge. And what's funny is they're like sitting across the table from each other. It's this long table. They're sitting right across the table from each other at the ends, like both heads of the table. I was like, y'all couldn't be any further. But she does tell him she can't be like, she cannot be around someone 24/7 because she does need to recharge. So it wasn't like that ended on a bad note or anything.
No, they seem to like, he seems to at least come to an understanding. He's like, I don't want to be around you 24/7.
Yeah.
I need a little more something. And she's like, all right, I'm trying to get there. So at least they come to a sort of an understanding. She kind of like assures him that she does like him. And it's just like, but it's just, I gotta get there.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So they hang out with the other couples at the pool. Devin does say like he likes to provide and protect, but he feels like she's keeping him at an arm's distance, and he does really want her to miss him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wants to just know she cares about him at all, and he's just not getting that through his interactions with her. And even Kaitlyn said, like, I want to, it's to the point, she was telling Courtney, it's to the point I want to make up a lie to have alone time.
Yeah.
Which is like, whew.
Courtney's like, I know, right? My God, I can't wait to be away from Nick anytime I can. Like,
right. Okay. They do go to a water park with Adam and Marissa, which was not the couple to go to a water park with, because they are on different levels, and all that did was make Devin a little bit angrier, because he said he is just craving what Adam and Marissa have, and he said his cup is very empty at this point.
God. At this point, I'm like, I think your expectations are a little too big. Like, I think that's part of what's going on here.
I don't know if they're too big. Like, it's okay for him to want physical affection or some type of sign that she likes him, because he's not comparing, like, look at this couples from season 19. Like, he's comparing in front of the couples in front of him, right? Like, he's seeing Adam and Marissa have been married for the same amount of time, and that's what I want. And he's just not realizing, like, Kaitlyn's just not that type. Like, not that type. Kaitlyn is not there yet, or that's not her way of showing love. And I think if he knew the love language that she knew how to give, then that would kind of help him see that she actually likes him. He's just somebody that craves like physical touch and like words of affirmation so much that because he's not getting that, he's like, she's not into me. But maybe hers is simply quality time. Like, hey, I am spending time with you, so that is my version of like loving you, because or liking you at this point, because otherwise I would really want to be by myself.
Yeah, and I also think with time, those things can grow. Like, part of her standoffishness might also be the fact that I just met you a few days ago as well.
Yeah.
And I think with a little more time, she might not get to where Adam and Marissa are,
right,
but she'll get to where you guys can meet at a level. But I think he might be expecting a lot too soon. In my opinion.
I don't know. With her, at least. Like, like tailoring this relationship specifically to her, he is expecting too much, but he's still getting to know her is the problem.
I mean, as a reality TV icon once said on Love is Blind, comparison is a thief of joy. Shout out KB from Love is Blind.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's like comparing himself and her to other couples is not going to be the thing you want to do at all.
Yeah. So they're packing up and things are tense. She's like, apparently I'm not giving him what he wants. I am exhausted. She's like, I don't think I'll ever be able to give him what he wants.
She's like, I did put sunscreen on his back. I danced with him. It's like, I was on his back earlier. Isn't that enough?
She names all these things. Yeah.
She's like, I'm exhausted. It's from that stuff.
Yeah. So they just need advice from Dr. Lisa at this point.
Yeah. And she also says she just wants the relationship to feel easy. I'm like, well, I mean,
that's not
really a thing.
Right. So they move into their apartment, and then she makes like one-off comment like, oh my gosh, is that a real plant? Oh, he's like, what? Like, you don't want a real plant? She's like, I can't keep plants alive. I need a fake plant.
It's like, that'll be your responsibility.
So they are eating together. It's still very tense. And she's like, look, anytime you live with someone, it's going to take a minute. He's like, well, I just don't want you to yell at me. She's like, I don't yell. That's not my thing. So they're just talking about like what life is going to be like with like, he's going to be meal prepping. He's going to like have what he's going to be doing. He's going to be going to the gym. She's like, oh, so is that all you're going to be doing? He's like, yeah, I have my own life. Like, I know I'm my own individual. So he's like getting a little defensive because he seems like the question she's asking is trying to assume that he's just going to be a puppy dog waiting for her to be free for the day.
That's what he's giving her on the honeymoon. Like, oh, so you can have a life outside of me. You can't be something other than me, is what you're saying.
Right. He's like, I'm not a needy guy. She said a little bit.
She's like, I'm not a needy guy. I just need things.
Yeah.
Like, well,
he does share. He just needs their energy, that energy to be exchanged. She's like, look, I don't want to get into that right now. We need to just talk to Dr. Lisa. So it's finally time to talk to Dr. Lisa. And Dr. Lisa's like, look, I don't know everything, but I just know y'all are not in the best space.
Listen, at least they told her that she didn't say we get reports.
Right. And so he shares that again, like, I need energy exchange. And she explains the whole gym situation. She starts tearing up about it. And she just doesn't want to be dissected. And he's like, I just want to understand you. And so Dr. Lisa's like, look, can we just talk about what you do like about each other? She's like, yeah. And Dr. Lisa's like, look, that was so quick. She's happy to do it. See? So she tells, like, she likes that he's like very personable. He shares that he thinks that she's beautiful on the inside and the outside. And he really wants them to work on eye contact. He feels like she's not quite providing that. And she's like, look, I've come a long way. It used to be nothing. I used to provide zero eye contact. But we do learn that they are attracted to each other. So that's not a problem. And Dr. Lisa was like, look, keep treating it like you're married, but dating.
Yeah, that's what this is. And she also does tell Devin, like, you kind of need to calm down. Like, you need to kind of relax. Like, you're being a little too much. So just chill out a little bit. It'll come in time, which I think is like the best advice. Like, just relax. It's a weekend. You're okay.
Yeah.
You're all right. You don't need to be Adam and Marissa. Because listen, Adam and Marissa are all over each other, but they probably even know each other's middle names. Like, they know nothing about each other. It's like, you can
they don't know how many siblings they have.
Yeah. You can have all the smooches you want. You can have all the touching you want, but you're not having a real relationship. So just the grass is not always greener on the other side there, Devin. Yeah. So just stay in your lane, stay in your relationship, and just take it as it comes.
Exactly. So that was it for Devin and Kaitlyn. Last week we gave them a 4. I'm gonna adjust mine. I'm gonna go down to a 3. It wasn't like awful this week. It just wasn't good.
Yeah, I'll go down to a 3 because I think they need to recalibrate, right?
Yes.
I think the wedding was great. The wedding was she was probably working on some adrenaline, so she was probably as touchy-feely as he wanted her to be. But then when we get to quiet time and some reflection time, she's like, that's not what I am. That's not who I am. Yeah. So I think once they can recalibrate to get to a kind of neutral place, I think they might do better. So let's get them into a neutral place of a 3 for me right now.
Awesome. All right. Those were our 7 couples. That was episodes 4 through 6. We did it.
We did it. We
made it through. Thank y'all so much for sticking with us. We didn't mention our Facebook group up top. So if you do want to join our Facebook group to talk about the episodes with everybody else in the Facebook group, come join A Perfect Match podcast over on Facebook. This week, the password is...
How about Michelle and George?
Michelle and George. Yes. So go put in the password, Michelle and George. Agree to the group rules. We'll let you in. You can talk with the 1.6 thousand members we have talking about Married at First Sight each and every week. All right, Jason, where can people find you?
You can find me here, of course, and on our Patreon as we give a little more supplemental coverage of season 20, episodes 4 through 6 later this week. So check that out when we bring that out. Go to Patreon, patreon.com/perfectmatchpodcast, and find us there. You can also find me on the podcast, The Good Pod, where me and Marissa Garza rewatch The Good Wife and talk about every episode. We are in season 5 and the home stretch of The Good Wife series. So come on and join us if that's something you're into. How about you?
You can find me on all social media at Aysha like Aysha. That's AYSHA like ASIA. Of course, you can find me throughout the season of Big Brother 28 here and there. And also, you can find me on Life by Us. That's Life BIUS. We are on a 2-week hiatus right now. We just have way too much traveling happening, and we were trying to work it out, and we couldn't. So we're treating it as like a little summer break, and then we'll be coming back with episode 20. But you can go subscribe. We have plenty of episodes for you to consume. You can go find us at Life BIUS.
I was wondering, where's my Life by Us this week?
Yeah, Sarah was like, do we need to put out like a short 1-minute pod for Jason since he does audio only?
Yes, you do. Was this one on YouTube?
Yeah, I did a post on YouTube.
You got to also talk about podcasting is about the audio too, and they don't give us.
But what are we supposed to do for the audio listeners?
a 1 minute episode of like we'll be back. Like what's the problem
set up stuff.
Oh my god.
Just for that. So anyway. Yes. So anyway, we're a 2-week hiatus, but we'll be back in a couple of Sundays. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us, and we will be back next week to talk about episodes 7 through 9. But if you're on the Patreon, you can head over to patreon.com/a perfect match podcast for our bonus content this week. Hopefully you enjoyed last week's. So we'll see you there as well. All right. Thank you all so much for sticking with us, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.